the boys at all in Central. Maybe don't let it go at that, but there are a lot of...
Old CB squared has 51 finest degrees of freedom, making...
On the way home, I got hungry, and I ate it.
We're Americans, and we only like competition, okay? I'm eating, and I'm reading a book, and this wave just comes up.
Robot, but it is trolled by living brain cells much like those inside your head. Researchers...
This moth isn't just swinging around, it's been bugged.
Grow collections around 3,000 brain cells in the lab. The cells grow collections with each other and start communicating
using electrodes implanted into its muscles.
Some are hard to found out respond addictively. Signals from robot ultrasound distance sensor.
Here, signals are sent to its left flight muscle to make it lift that wing.
The output of these cells can be used to control
different signals can be sent for it to lower its wing, to lift both wings at once, or to make them flat.
They each have a motor in them, and it actually drives forward when I walk. It actually powers that knee through the step.
Powered through Bluetooth technology.
Increasing the frequency of the pulse makes the wings beat faster. If a signal is sent only to one side while the moth is flying, it will veer in that direction. Implanted electrodes into the brains of tree beetles,
and they
close to
talk to
neurons
each other
that
and try to
control
mimic
flight.
the stride length
A computer
that the other
program in
one's
the
doing. If I
device
speed
controls
up,
the
the other one
beetle,
can realize
and
it's
here
doing
it
it, and
beats
it'll
its
speed up
wings
as well.
and takes off when a negative voltage is sent to its brain. Researchers are putting moths in control and using them as a pair of eyes. They've found out how to intercept signals from their visual system and how to use them to make a robot move. Here, a graduate student demonstrates how the robot can be steered. Combining living and machine components could eventually make robotic systems more effective.
Legs when an IED hit his convoy in Fallujah, Iraq in 2006.
The IED went off directly underneath me and took off basically everything that was hanging over the ledge of the seat, my legs. And then it killed my sergeant in front of me and my good friend next to me. My gunner lost his right leg. I shattered my hip. I have 32 pins in my hip. I broke my pelvis, so I have a 6-inch screw holding that together. I lost both legs above the knee. I broke 4 fingers, broke my jaw, broke my nose, lacerated kidney. So I recovered well, I think, and great care here and done well.
Today, I use the Bluetooth prosthetics.
It's a lot of hip control. In my other legs, I usually have to use all my thigh to power through things, but since these are moving on their own, then I actually just kind of have to lift and shift my weight a little bit.
He says they're a bit heavier than the other 2 microchip prosthetics he's worn, but they require much less effort to operate.
If they're not programmed right, they kind of do their own thing sometimes, and they'll kick for no reason. Like you'll just be standing there and be like, and just kick off to the side.
Able to master the stairs just yet.
Sometimes when you go near a computer or something, you'll hear the computer start freezing, so it does do that a lot, and I'll be like, I'm sorry, and I have to turn my legs off.
Communicates robot wirelessly. The team plans to use their robot brain power, new pattern behavior in the future. They hope there are enough similarities to teach about unknown aspects of our own brain.
Did you seriously think you could somehow change the world from here?
Yeah, sort of at first.
And? How do you feel about it now?
I'm not blazing with satisfaction or anything. But the truth is, it all ended for me the instant I shared my memories with you. At that point, my work was done. I figured that you'd probably be able to run with it from there.
Of all the... You're a hell of a liar, kid. I clearly recall you didn't want me involved.
I'm sorry, but the minute you share and synchronize all your information, you lose your uniqueness and become absorbed into the unconscious maliciousness of a third party that has no motive, or perhaps into the will of someone who does have one.
Are those your words based on what you've gained from hard-earned experience?
Yes, and the fact is, you yourself play the role of the laughing man copycat as well?
Well, I have to admit it was a fascinating phenomenon. At any rate, what was your underlying reason for triggering such a huge event in the first place?
To you, everything that's happening in the world appears phony to be something other than what it is, right?
Is that TV sound, Jim?
Yes. When it comes to cyberization, I'm pretty much the shining example of a poster boy. So you think at the very least I would have felt terrified at the thought of contracting cyberbrain sclerosis. I'll tell you, it was a simple piece of mail I stumbled across in the net that began this whole thing. What I found was a blackmail document that had probably been sent to Genomics. It was armed with a thesis that was a comparative study of the inadequacy of cerebral micromachines versus the effectiveness of the mRNA vaccine.
Then the original lagging man was the person who authored it.
You could put it like that, I suppose. I am the machine that reveals the world to you as only I alone am able to see it.
See that there, he was a Russian filmmaker, wasn't he?
Yes. I was kidding myself by thinking it was my personal mission to prove and circulate that information, vital data I alone could happen upon.
Failing spectacularly, the pure innocent mediator proved dejected at the base nature of the social system and he turned mute.
Yes, it was because of that I became a vanishing mediator. Just like an author whose existence is emphasized by the fact that he rarely puts out any new works of publication. In other words, by disappearing, it acts as a way to the dynamism of the social system. For sociological theory, it ultimately vanishes, leaving no trace of its presence inside or outside the system.
Frederick Jameson, I believe.
Yes, and no. Masachi Osawa, too. Even though I was familiar with the words, I didn't believe it until I saw it with my own eyes. Who knew that copies could still be produced despite the absence of an original? If you had to give a name to this phenomenon, what would you label it?
It would be standalone complex.
Yes, it's the standalone complex. From the start, the very nature of our current social system has contained mechanisms to trigger such an amazing occurrence. Personally, however, I feel this marks the beginning of a new era of despair. What's your opinion?
I don't know. It's impossible for me to say. Although I have found one thing capable of restoring your individuality after all your information has been synchronized.
Oh, really? And what's that?
Everyday human curiosity.
You're right. You know, that's something that never occurred to me. I think my brain has already started to harden.
Step right this way, life breaks inside. Step right this way, life breaks inside. Be amazed and wonderland. See the city skeleton man, feisty sideways twins, sexy sick woman. Beautiful, married lady, unbelievable again, painless human pincushion, and genius fire eater. Step right this way. Step right this way.
All right, folks, welcome to another Crazy Shite with me, your weirdo host, Slim Cyborg. Let me get us to here, and then we'll bring in a guest. And if there's anybody else who wants to join us, please let us know, and we will give you a link and or bring you in. If you have a link, just join us. We'll get to that in a second. All right, so let's do this disclaimer and then the intro, and then yeah.
Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or hosts. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by this channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
Exactly. There's at least one of our thingy-mabobbers. See. Oh, we may have one or two more people join us in just a second. So let's do this intro, and then we will bring in our co-host.
It's just like Killer Cop 4, but she's got Hema instead of fry cook balls. I need you, Action Bastard. Action Bastard, I need you. Action Bastard, I need you. Why am I wasting time dancing?
You want to know why? Because the world is fucking flat, dog. And everything that you see up there, as far as like planets or stars, yeah, guess what, dude? It's fucking fake. It's just lights up there. The government put those lights up there so you dummies could just act like there's something up there.
Wait a second. Are you a flat earther?
Call a crackhead. You're stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, you're stupid. All right, so let's go ahead and bring in our co-host, and then hopefully there'll be a couple of people that'll be joining us soon. If you do want the link, we will get that out to you, and then we'll say hello to the side chat. I haven't even looked at the side chat since we started, and it looks like a bunch of people are here and posting. So here is...
Some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Yes, I guess you're right.
Hello.
And that sounds kind of like what I've been hearing from a bunch of the Trumpanites recently with his stuff. It's a lot of people without brains sputtering out nonsense. It does not make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah. You're pretty right.
And kind of just like what we're about right here for this conspiracy TikTok thingy, mobobber. Like, oh my Jeebus, some of the stuff that like people sputter out their mouth holes is fucking insanely stupid. So
yeah,
let's go ahead and get to our Saitama chats, say hello, and then we'll get on to the things.
And I got one thing before we start.
Yeah, I believe you've gotten. Yeah, okay. Let's say hello to them and then remind me, and we will definitely. Hey, Commander, and yes, have a safe journey, and hopefully, listening to us, brings you entertainment, and isn't as boring driving. Yes, let's really quick. We're gonna say never forget 9/11. It's funny that a UKian, a Britain, is saying that to us, but yes,
an oppressor.
Let's not forget that. Yes.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it a little bit.
Well,
but
I do think that was a thing that impacted the whole world.
It changed the whole world for sure.
Yeah.
It definitely did. Hey, Al, hopefully you're having fun on the road. We got a demon.
Demon? Good day.
We got a Lucifer.
Hey, Lucy!
And our sister Sydney's.
Hey, sis.
Jaxa is sending me to the moon. Sweet. Awesome. I didn't know that, but I'm down.
Oh my god. Oh, then we getting rid of him. Oh, nice. What? Never mind.
Yeah.
Can you take Ollie with you and leave him there?
Yeah. Of course I'm taking. We have our Ollieman. we have our Schizma Crasher, and of course, they're our
Fancy
channel
boy.
sponsor. And here is this. Welcome and thank you for being here. Gavin says they're finally on time today because they're a good boy and not a racist.
And definitely not a racist.
And definitely not a racist. Hey, Harry. And that looks like everybody. If I missed anybody, go ahead and say hello to us and we'll say hi to you.
That looks like everybody.
It seems like it.
Yeah,
All right.
Ollie, you're not gonna beat this first ever again because I've got a channel first. I gotta switch my camera here because Discord doesn't like it. You see it? Yeah, I can't stand up because
No, just give me a millisecond.
Yeah, you need to make me big it.
Yes, sweet.
Look.
Nice, awesome.
And it even looks good on me.
Yes, definitely. So everybody go, and I believe all my stuff's down there. There should be merch down below.
And it's Teespring, and Teespring is good stuff.
Yeah, it's good quality for sure. And yes, fuck watermelon. Everybody hashtag fuck watermelon.
It's just way too warm for a shirt.
Yeah, I totally understand that for sure.
Wait,
I didn't realize.
What was that about me? No.
I think he just meant the shirt.
Oh, the shirt. That I can understand because it has a sexy man on it.
Yeah, thanks.
On there.
Watermelon has a very high glycemic index. Yes. Anyways, so let's begin getting into the idiocracy of this. If anybody wants to join us, just let us know. We'll send you a link, and go from there. So let's see.
Just let one of us know if you want to join the stupid shit.
So this one is Unearthing Mysteries of CERN, CERN, and Alternate Realities. We're going to definitely speed this up a little bit. We're only going to watch some of these, and then we're going to go ahead and, if that's too fast, I'll slow down. Watch other ones.
We're on a...
Okay.
Might want to stop and listen to this.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit fast.
Certain collider and its real agenda. Okay, so
there.
We're on the verge of a paradigm shift. They've cracked open a portal or doorway or whatever you want to call it from another dimension. By their own admission,
that's
they
exactly
are
what
already
happened.
in communication with something that has a personality and has ability to communicate. And information that they're receiving must be very high level information because they're feeding it to laboratories and technologies all across the planet. And
they're feeding
what
it
you
to,
said, which is so sobering, that video on the internet that captured it was an open satanic worship ceremony, I guess in the Goddard Tunnel. And I saw it and I was like, my mouth hung open because it was so in your face, Luciferian and satanic.
I would say
you know that people fake stuff all the time too, like not everything that.
So Luciferian and like, oh yes, they've already said that they were in communication with something. Yeah. Have you ever heard that? I've never heard anything about that.
Yeah, they totally were like, we're in contact with my grandpa. I mean, who they didn't say who or what exactly. They just said a thing, kind of, right? So hold on, we're getting people to come in here. Let's listen to that one more time for the heck of it. And thank you, Skits. I was gonna bring this up. I have the pink kinky stuff again. So if you want to see shots of pink vodka, please do that. Schizomaroonie already sent us a thing. So we're starting it off with this. Remember, folks, the drunker that you get me, the sillier that I get when we talk about these subjects. So it's more fun for y'all if you get us to drink more. How you doing?
Getting better than this audio connection. I hope.
I'm trying to fix my. Am I here?
Yeah.
Yeah, with a bit of background noise.
It's working like shit though, isn't it? Sorry.
Yeah, kind of.
I'm sorry. I'm in my personal.
That's
truck.
way better. Whatever you did, it's way better.
You're in your personal conveyance.
Yeah, that's way better. I don't know if
I'm not using the work truck for. Yeah, I'm in my own the truck I own that runs me back and forth to work, not a transport truck.
I was.
And I don't know what I did. Probably just found slightly better signal.
Well, I changed a couple things too, so whatever we're way better than we were before. Hey, Canadian, how are you doing?
I am good. How are you guys doing?
Good. All right,
No,
so I'm gonna go ahead and
You're evil. You're Canadian. You're evil.
I'm gonna go ahead and take this shot, and then we will get into the idiocracy of what we just watched, and we'll have y'all join in this. So, cheers, bro. Salute, Solanche, Skull.
All right.
I guess I better get some hot knives then.
Ooh, yeah, definitely. All right. So there's one down. I'm going to rewind this. I know that's a term for VHS, and there's no such thing as backtrack this, so that we can hear the idiocracy of this once again. If it's too low, just let me know, and I can turn up the volume for sure. Ooh, let me do that. Okay, there we go.
And it's a real agenda. Okay, so we're on the verge of a paradigm shift. They cracked open portal or doorway or whatever you want to call it from another dimension. By their own admission, they are already in communication with something that has a personality and has ability to communicate. And
citation needed.
The information that they're receiving must be very high level information because they're feeding it to laboratories and.
Okay, somebody prove me wrong, but I'm pretty sure CERN is just where they're taking like this huge like circly thing and they're slamming things together like molecules.
Yeah. Yep.
And they're just seeing if they can like make a fakey
particles.
Yeah. That's all that it's doing. There's no interdimension. They have not tapped into Satan. They're not.
Yes,
there's totes. That's exactly what happened.
If they make antimatter there, they might do that.
Isn't it called a hadron collider?
Hadron.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, sure. Yeah. And they've done it like what 10 times, 5 to 10 times. I don't remember the number. Every single time they say they're going to do it, everybody and their mom or all the conspiracy theorists say they're going to explode the universe or throw
they're going to make a black hole. That's the other one you hear all the time. They're going to make a black hole.
Yeah. They're going to make a black hole. We're going to be sucked into it. Pip's not here. She does not make a Pip every time that. Never mind.
It summons Pip.
It summons Pip every time. And yes, Skits, it does taste like pink if you're talking about it tasting like pink lemonade. It pretty much is just pink lemonade. That's why I like it. Yeah, they're basically just smashing electrons together to see what happens, and they're finding they make like blacky hole typey thingies for like a couple seconds or something, right? It's literally they're just trying to see what happens when they do it. It's not it hasn't destroyed anything. There's nothing weird about it. It's just some weird experiment people tried to figure out, and it's done basically nothing. What have they figured out from it? Side chat, let us know. That's why I love our side chat, because they look things up and check things for us.
Okay,
no, go ahead.
Well, I just got a question. Like, is CERN the one where they've made some antimatter, or is that a different place?
I don't think they've made antimatter yet.
No.
I don't think nobody's made antimatter.
Yeah,
no, they just think they might be able to.
It's theoretical, right?
Oh, it's only theoretical.
Yeah.
All right.
So
I gotta look up antimatter again because I listened to a program about antimatter and I thought they'd made like half an ounce of antimatter in the entire
really?
galaxy.
That's scary. That's scary.
I thought somebody had made something that they could consider it, but I don't know if they 100%.
Well, I'm going to look here right now and see.
Yeah, totally. And then Demon Orb is correct. CERN is the anti-gravity accelerator for high-velocity custard pie throwing. That's exactly what it's
custard
for.
pie. But it's anti-gravity custard pie. How does the pie stay in the shell if there's no gravity?
Don't ask that question.
But I'm not allowed to ask that one.
Nope. Yeah, that's the non.
All right. So the quick thing that comes back is for the past 50 years or more, laboratories like CERN have routinely been producing antiparticles. And in 1995, CERN became the first laboratory to ever create an anti-atom artificially, but no one has ever produced antimatter.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So it's just an antiparticle, which not to be confused with antimatter.
So it's really a Karen. It's a Karen molecule. It's anti-everything. Karen molecule. Okay. Everybody hashtag Karen molecule. And then we have a doctor in here as well. So everybody put 420. My personal doctor is in the side chat. So everybody put 420.
Your doctor.
420. I'm just going to smoke instead of putting 420. How's that sound?
He is a time traveling doctor. So Doctor Who design, because they're a Doctor Who, they are my personal doctor, and we've
Doctor Who.
They fixed me throughout time. So
Doctor Who's on Central Time apparently.
Yeah. So anti-hydrogen is the antimatter counterpart of the hydrogen, whereas the common hydrogen atom is composed of an electron and a proton. The anti-hydrogen atom is made up of a positron and an anti-proton. And everything's made of pushytrons. Remember that. Pushytrons are a thing.
Pushytrons?
Pushytrons are a thing.
What color and spin do they have? That's what I want to know. What color is your spin?
It's like a stripper around the pole. Glitter. It's a glitter color.
I feel like you're asking me about my auras now.
Yeah.
Were you not specifically asked what pink tasted like, and then you just like sloughed it off as lemonade? Like that doesn't sound right.
Well, I don't know what else pink normally tastes like other than vagina. I mean, but that's a different pink, right?
That's a different.
Pink tastes like grapefruit.
It almost does taste like grapefruit.
Pink tastes like grapefruit.
What does orange taste like? Duh.
I mean, it should be strawberry.
But is the orange named after the color, or is the color named after the orange?
The color is named after the orange. I actually saw an article on that just the other day.
Yeah.
Bastard!
The tree was called the orange tree, and then people started calling other things that were the same hue orange. Look, that's orange. It's oranges, right? So, yeah.
It's also a great way to cook duck or have a duke in France.
Orange. Yeah, orange. Duck orange is...
That's a different word, though.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember what it was, even though I tried it when I was over there. I was in the Netherlands, and we had orange duck. I don't remember what it was called. But anyways, yes, definitely. So let's blow on with this idiot.
Technologies all across the planet. And what you said, which is so sobering, that video on the internet that captured it was an open satanic worship ceremony, I guess in the Goddard Tunnel. Yes. And I saw it and I was like, my mouth hung open because it was so in your face, Luciferian.
Okay, show us.
Will somebody try to do a tiny bit of research just to see if they can find a clip of that? the Goddard Tunnel. I don't know what he's referencing. I have no idea.
Goddard?
But if somebody could maybe find a clip of that, that would be cool, and maybe we could play it. But again, I never heard of this thing he's speaking of, and I know a bunch about satanic rituals and satanic panic. Yeah, and I think I know what he's speaking about. It's where these people.
The first thing you find on when you search certain satanic ritual is the certain ritual hoax.
Yeah,
that's the fucking first thing that pops up.
Ritual what?
The ritual hoax.
Hoax. So it's fake. They already have
There's no way it was a hoax.
Yeah, it's already been debunked.
No way it was a hoax.
Yeah.
If it involved Satan, it was definitely true.
Yeah,
of course.
Just saying it's a hoax.
The only way that things happen is because of Satan. Hey, Hubs.
We know it's true because they said the word hoax.
Bruh.
Bruh.
What up?
Bruh.
So, can anybody find? Gavin.
Sorry. Are we just constantly talking about women's undergarments?
Yeah, bras, man.
I missed.
I do have a fascination with breasts, so yeah.
All right.
Me too.
Well, I mean, that's how.
Okay,
I got
so
into the Globe Earth
share video.
Okay, is that just of the tunnel, or is that actually of the ritual? Okay, sweet. Let's watch this. I love strong language. The Guardian.
Okay, what are we covering real quick? Because I just got here.
Pause it really quick.
Just sum me up real quick, because I was going through a lightning storm and shit. So
I'm gonna bring Mama on right quick, and then we will discuss it right quick. Hey, Mama, how are you doing?
Hey, I was on with FTFE for his stream, so just popped in over here now.
Traitor.
Well, you literally got here just in time.
We just ended, and I popped right over here, brainless. Okay. Oh my God. I had to go take the piss out of Nathan Oakley. I'm sorry.
Dude.
No.
Okay.
Did you not find the Earth to be flat after that session there?
Don't harsh on her mellow.
No,
not after.
Earth is not flat.
Another time. How many times in a row is the Earth not going to be flat?
Hey, you can't flaunt reality. Sorry.
Infinitely.
Don't make me unleash the undefeatable flat Earth argument on you again.
Why?
Just saying.
Pushytron.
Don't make me do it.
That's what we just said about this. Is pushy. Okay, so what we are watching right now is supposedly a satanic ritual that they're doing at the CERN location.
Oh, I was gonna say it's CERN. Okay.
So now that I'm seeing this, I believe this was done as a joke, and I don't even think that the people from CERN actually did this. If we look into it a little bit, this was just done as a hoax joke, and just like they've already said, it's a hoax, and we already. So let's watch. Let's Brainless. Will you go back?
I'm thinking of, it was some sort of because you know how they believe in certain different gods and things over there.
Yeah.
It was something to do with that.
It was not. Yeah. It was not a satanic ritual. No. It may have been for Shiva. It may have. Yeah, that is a Shiva statue. That totally.
I was going to say that looked a lot like Shiva to me.
Yeah,
I didn't want to say anything.
Here we go.
That has nothing to do with Satanism.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Shiva.
Oh no, it totally is. It was given to them by
oh yes, that is
a temple.
That is Shiva. And she's got some knockers.
Yeah, she does. Murder her in the name of Shiva, which doesn't make any sense.
Right.
What the? This is. Yeah, no. It was. If you look it up, it was given to them by.
fuck.
Oh my
This
god.
so this was done for. I think it was done for a short film or something like that. Like
I
this
think
was
it looks
totally
like
done
it might
for
have
fake.
been. Yeah, like
It-
like found footage or something similar. Who knows?
Yeah, it totally was not for real, even though they really were maybe at there, because it does have a Shiva statue just like that. And I believe if you look at more photos of the outside of CERN, it will look like that. But that totally was
it is Shiva.
fake. Yeah, and it was given to them by an Indian temple or something. I don't remember exactly. But yes, it definitely is the representation of Shiva, because in Indian culture, that is like life and death and the bringer of good and bad, or the yin and yang or something.
And like
everywhere
it says fake human sacrifice film at CERN.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It was not
Demon
real.
Orb says the statue is a gift from India, celebrating CERN's long association with India, which started in the 1960s.
Real quick, Slim, does it bother you? I mean, because you know what religion I am. Does it bother you when you see these, and I don't know how else to call them, but fake Satanists that like swear they're Satan worshippers or Satanists or whatever, and they are just actually just jackasses?
Yeah, that's why we try to expose them for sure. But there are a lot of people that got brought into like they got brainwashed by Christianity, and then they hear voices in their head, and then they say that like some weird deity that's evil is causing them to murder gazillions of people or whatever. And it's like, no, that's not what Satanists believe, or satanic rituals are more like pagan rituals, where it's just done to, hopefully it's not hooves punching or kicking a puppy.
No, that's my cat. She's very vocal because this is her house. I just bought it. Go on.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just her servant.
Yeah, that's why we go over these things and debunk them as quick as possible. And if we get to 666 subs, I'm going to do another a satanic panic stream where we're going to go over all of the idiocracy of
also promised
satanic
that
panic.
we would go, if you got to 666, we would also go over cryptids.
Yes.
Well, I had to ask you about that because, you know, being my religion, being an Odinist, I've been an Odinist since I was like 20. So that's about 26 years I've been doing it. And it didn't start gaining this, I'm using quotation marks here, popularity until the show Vikings came out. And then every jackass with a man bun came out sporting a Mjolnir around their neck, swearing that they're an Odinist and that they're a heathen. First of all, don't call us heathens. That pisses me off. We've been around a lot longer than you. You're just a fad rider.
Seen from the Christian perspective, everybody that's not a Christian is a heathen.
Right, but what Odinists tend to do, the ones that are fake, the man bunners, they're like, oh no, I'm a heathen. No, dude, shut the fuck up. If you're calling yourself a heathen, you are literally talking against your own gods. Stop.
Yeah, that's like if you're gay and you saying like you're the Ethler.
Yes.
Like
you're calling yourself a slur.
Yeah,
So,
totally.
stop it.
It's silly. Okay, so let's
blow on
more with this.
Yes. Sorry, I just wanted to ask.
I would say we've probably not seen something that bold in the mainstream media.
No, we haven't.
In our lifetime.
No. And, you know, there's been an escalation, and it keeps getting faster and more bold and more prominent. The Illuminati symbols at the Super Bowls and these giant musical performances in stadiums by music superstars and the Olympics. There are in-your-face occult messages and satanic messages and symbols.
Why does he look like an AI Neil Patrick
Harris?
Harris?
A very powerful Luciferian elite in
Because
this
he probably
world, very active, and they're not hiding anymore.
I'm sensing a lot of projection from this guy. A lot of projection.
Yeah, and I don't even know who this douche nozzle exactly is. At first I thought it was JFRK Jr. or whatever the fuck that douche Nazzle's name is. But that was like, okay, that's not him. And I don't even know who this other person is who was interviewing. Again, this is TikToks that this person has put together about CERN and alternate realities.
But
so
check out
this is
the
a cool clip.
Logo. It says God on it. That should tell you all you need to know.
Yeah, no, of course. And then in the background, like the weird, like St. James or the RRI, and there's other things in the background that like are subliminal-esque, Bible-like stuff, Bible-like stuff. Yeah. Anyways, this is awesome to find. This is awesome to find this clip that for this, because I don't know who these people are. Normally, most of us one of us usually knows who these people are we're talking about when we do these things. And I'm glad we found this fucking gem. This is amazing.
Point where they feel invulnerable and no longer have to hold back. In fact, they want to be more bold about it so that they can gather themselves more converts to their way.
That's kind of what I thought.
That would make sense from us. Yeah, that would make sense, because here in the U.S. we have this rise in the satanic churches. Exactly.
But it says there, he claims that CERN destroyed the universe during recent experiments, which has resulted in us living in a nearby parallel universe instead.
You're welcome, Eddie.
There's a lot of people online that think this is an explanation for all the Mandela effects.
Yeah, with no proof, right?
No. That and the kid that he's like talking about, like it's kid who just has a very high IQ and that assumes that from an algorithm or something that happened. But we're still here. Are we talking right now? I mean,
And Mandela effect is not real, but whatever.
Yeah, just because your brain is not made to remember things the ways that we do.
Just because your brain is stupid.
Right. And like we hear things a certain way and it'll get ingrained in our brains, and that's how we think that's what it should be saying, or something should be saying, or is, but it's not.
If everybody runs around misquoting a movie, your brain is going to remember the misquote. And then when you hear it again, you're going to go, wait, I thought it was blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no.
Uh-huh. That's
like
Skechers used to have a T, or did it?
Or did it?
Yeah, it's like that. It's like that weird sort of misheard lyrics thing, and it gets so popular.
That's one of my
people remember the same.
Like Queen.
I still
We
think
Will
in
Rock You.
We Will Walk You. That song.
Or
was
We Are the
about Chinese
Champions.
cooking, right?
Yeah.
We Are the Champions. On the studio version, at the very end of it, they don't say "We of the World." For Live Aid, they said "of the world." People remember the Live Aid performance.
Oh.
And that's what they go with. I still
And
think
the
in
other
Come
thing-
On Eileen. I still think in Come On Eileen, there's a lyric that says "silk crayon."
I'm sure. Maybe. See, the other thing that people tend to forget, there are 3 different versions of a lot of songs. There's the radio edit, there is the album version, and then maybe there's another director's cut or some other cut, maybe
studio
that
version.
Yeah, exactly.
Or a live cut.
So yeah, sure. And then the live before they put it on a record, and then after, or whatever. There's can be 5 or 6 versions of things. Same with movies. There's multiple different cuts of it. There's the director's cut. There's the your mom's cut. There's your dad's cut. I mean, there's
Should that be your mom's cunt, not your mom's cut?
It's your mom's cunt. So that's the other thing is people don't realize, and then marketing strategies happen throughout different parts of the world in different ways. And so like in Japan, they're going to do a different commercial than they're going to do here. And then in Colorado, they're going to do a different one than they do in LA. So there's like multiple different versions of things as well. You idiots.
And there's also the fact, like, if you are remembering something, the first time you remember what happened. The second time you remember it, you remember yourself remembering it.
Yeah. And then
Well,
it's
the
just
thing
remembering
is
off of memory.
The thing is most brains do not remember small details. Vivid dreamers remember small details. People who do not, and when I say vivid, like you are dreaming. You're in a dream. You actually have control of your dreams. I do that, so I remember little fucking details. So like the Mandela effect, people will say, "Oh, Skechers used to have a T." No, it didn't.
Never did. No,
it never did. That you were told that, so now your brain is thinking that, but no, it's never had a T in it. It's not a thing. And the smartest kid in the world, God, I hope he does not end up like Stephen Hawking, and I hope that he like goes further than Stephen Hawking did with like the multiverse theorem and shit like that, with all the astrophysics he was theorizing. I hope this kid like goes above and beyond.
Yeah, he said that he's come up with like interesting things and stuff, but of course he's gonna like come up with weird off the topic stuff, and then people are gonna like go after it. I don't know if he made the electricity from the soil, but I know that he's done a handful of things. And again, they say he is the smartest just because his whatever testing IQ or whatever is high. Not that he is the smartest.
Yeah,
just somehow
IQ
he's
have a high
with
IQ,
smartness.
be dumb as fuck.
Yeah,
I mean, most
IQ
people
is
don't
nothing to do with
realize
smartness.
that.
No.
Most people don't realize that Albert Einstein couldn't tie his own shoes, and he wore the same set of clothes every day. He had the same set in his closet for each day, but he wore the same clothes every day. And he also failed, what was it, 4th grade math? By the way, I learned that from Tiny Toons.
Something like
he failed
something
4th
like
grade math.
So again, anyways, let's blow
I think
on.
IQ is just how fast you can process things. That's all it is. It's not to do with being smart.
I think this is an explanation for all the Mandela effect things.
It goes into stuff about the Mandela effect. How there's like apparently a bunch of people who think Mandela died in prison,
right? And
like there's and as far as I know, he was released, became president in South America. And that's the universe I'm from, just personally.
What's really weird is the particular place.
Was alive when
CERN
Mandela was in
created.
prison, and I never heard of anything about him dying in prison.
I never heard that either.
At that time.
I remember him becoming. He was released.
He was released and then became president of South Africa.
And he became the president of South Africa. And I remember they had like the Truth and Reconciliation Committee.
Right.
And I remember his I think it was his wife, Winnie Mandela. Is that her name? She was involved in all sorts of stuff. Like political stuff, but court stuff, and this Truth and Reconciliation, and there was all sorts of stuff in the news. I never ever remember anyone saying the guy was dead.
No,
not until the conspiracy theory came out.
Not until the conspiracy theory came out with
it.
And
I remember it.
Really? I remember someone saying he coached like a rugby team or something. That I don't know if that ever actually happened.
Yeah,
but I think that came with this Mandela thing too. But I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Maybe he actually did coach a rugby team. But yeah.
This whole conspiracy theory is completely insane for sure. So let's listen to this douche nozzle about what we're going to listen to one more, and then we're going to go ahead and change the subject.
Okay.
CERN itself was built below a old temple of Apollo.
Oh my
which
Jesus Christ!
In ancient times was considered to be a portal to the underworld.
No.
Where CERN is partially situated. Is called Saint Genus Poli. Excuse my French.
I want to Judy
The
chop
name
him
Poli-
in his carotid artery.
Somebody also claimed that there was a Satan's throne as well, or something like that, in that part of Switzerland. Yeah.
So most of the time, when you have an old land, there's going to be something that was ancient that was built there, some way, shape, or form. So you can put
Especially
that
in
to
Europe.
anything.
I mean, hello.
You can build anything, and just like over here in the Americas. Hold on, just like here in the Americas, you build a hotel over something, and then supposedly there's ghosts, and you're like, oh, it was over an ancient burial grounds for the natives, and you
like here in the West, it's always about Native Americans, huh?
Yeah, it was on top of something that's this, and it's like,
or
okay,
so and so died
really,
here
honey,
and they never left, and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
there's always
some weird
something.
connection.
Yeah.
How come nobody ever excavates in Rome or any of these ancient cities and finds the public toilet?
Yeah,
because
they had
it's
them.
It's still the plumbing they use today. They just upgraded it.
Right, like they're digging up old places in Rome and Egypt.
They got those communal toilets, huh? Or they had
they used to have communal toilets. They had a place where everybody took a shit. They had them in England. I mean,
then they had water. I think they had running water
rooms.
going underneath it, so it would run the stuff off.
But nobody ever digs up a shitter. I would love some famous archaeologists to go, on CNN they made a huge discovery in Egypt. Yeah, we found the shitter.
The biggest shitter in the.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not an architect or an archaeologist.
Super Magos said that Europe didn't exist until the 80s. Exactly.
Well,
true story.
Prove us wrong.
I mean, certainly like Euro music from the early 80s like made a big arrival in North America in the 80s.
Yeah, we definitely had that explosion of Euro
Zig
rock and roll.
And prior to that, Europe did not exist. It was a place my ancestors came from and didn't exist prior to that. It was just
exactly.
It was just sort of rumored to exist.
Right.
Just like Rome's fake. Okay, anyways, let's keep going.
From the Latin
That's true.
Apollicum, and it is believed that in Roman times a temple existed in honor of Apollo. The people who lived there believed that it is a gateway to the underworld. It is interesting to note that CERN is built on the same spot.
Why would the gateway to the underworld be at Apollo's?
That's definitely true.
But why would it be at Apollo's shrine?
Wasn't Apollo the god of the sun, though?
Yes, you would think it would be his polar opposite of Hades.
Yeah.
I can't think of what his Greek name or his Roman name was. I want to say maybe Pluto or something. Or Jupiter. It was not Apollo. It was another name, and I'd have to look it up. But the temple, that temple would have the gateway to the underworld. It's kind of like the statues of Anubis and Horus in the movie The Mummy, where they accidentally switched the books and they were under the wrong statues.
Okay. Yeah.
That would be the same thing. No, it should have been here. It wouldn't work. Okay, that would be put it in Greek and more understandable gods that are more relatable. That would be like the Temple of Zeus holding the gateway to the underworld when it should actually be in Hades' temple.
Yeah, again, these idiots don't know what they're talking about because they don't know actual history. They just like put things together that they think are going to work, but they actually don't. Just
they hear the name of a god that is not their god, so they're evil, so they're the devil.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a bunch of temples that are spread around everywhere. And Commander's right. Just because there's some ancient religious. Oh, hey, Cosmic Kyle. Just because there's a religious temple somewhere on the grounds of something that blah, 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 that doesn't mean that the next thing you're going to put there has to do anything with that. So it's hilariously
it's
silly.
amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, that the like the Muslims and the Christians had this funny little thing that when they would conquer the other land, they would put their church or temple
right on
top of the other temple.
Of course. So
that was the thing that they enjoyed doing. So yes, thank you, Sydney. To be fair, thanks for following me up on that. So that's kind of a thing, and those aren't the only two religions that did it.
Yeah, no, and like that's actually quite logical because like that place of worship is probably put in a spot that is quite
significant,
but also like he's probably already has roads going through it. Like people can find it.
It's the center of town or a center or something.
But in the case of the Muslims versus Christians, it was more of a slap in the face. That's why they did it.
That too, but.
Well, and when Christianity wanted to take over paganism or the pagans, they wanted to wipe away that as well. And so they took over their temples and their idols and stuff and put in their
incorporated some of their traditions, things like that.
It goes all the way back to the pharaohs. Once a new pharaoh would come into power, he would actually deface all the previous pharaohs' statues.
They would break
shit. They break them up so that you couldn't see them. I am the pharaoh now. Fuck that guy.
Exactly.
That's what the Taliban did in Afghanistan when they first took over in the 90s.
Yep.
They destroyed a lot of other religious stuff
That's what I did when I took over the house after killing my father, daddy, brother, cousin. I had to take over the family household, and I got to put up my.
Did you take all the pictures and like cut out the head?
I cut out the head, and I put my head next to the sister, wife, cousin,
there you
mama.
Go. Mm-hmm.
It is not a coincidence that the Huddle House looks similar to the Waffle House because the Waffle House keeps taking them over and building their Waffle House on top of the old Huddle House.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Al, we'll see you. Have a good day.
Hey, Al.
Thank you for being here.
Bye, Al.
Good to see you.
later.
Thanks for having me. Bye-bye.
Yep.
Bye.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, let's blow into the next idiocracy. This has conspiracy theory TikTok compilations, and I think they just spelled things wrong, but these ones are completely insane, just like the other ones. But this one, these are faster hitting us because they're like TikTok shorts, or the regular normal length of them. So here we blow.
What is the next tallest thing we built? Stable structure after the pyramids.
What?
The Eiffel Tower.
Really?
Yes, late 1800s in Paris, the Eiffel Tower.
Huh.
That was the first stable structure we built as a civilization that was taller than the pyramids. So the Egyptians knew architecture. Those rocks are nowhere in the region. They found a place where those rocks were mined. Those rocks.
The thing about the pyramids that's so impressive is the precision and the sheer numbers. 2,600,000 stones.
Our best understanding of Stonehenge is that it's a functioning observatory that can actually predict eclipses.
I love that guy.
Obviously, they totally clip chimp. That is, I think, the new term for that. They totally clip the fuck out of that to make him sound like he's saying not exactly what he's saying. That's not exactly what he said about those things. That was cute how that person clipped that to sound like that.
I know that's not. I know that guy is brilliant, and he would not come off that dumb.
No.
And the other thing that we always say about him is obviously not Joe Rogan, but he's a TV star. So he is made to be palatable for television and for ways for everybody of every age to be able to understand what he's talking about. So he's dumbing it down to like 5th grade status sometimes.
And flat earthers will tell you him doing that. He's an actual astrophysicist. Him doing that, he did this after he became an astrophysicist, because he does have this personality on him, and he does deliver it in a way where people can understand.
I bet you he was an awesome professor.
That's the hardest thing about teaching, dumbing stuff down so you can explain it to somebody that doesn't know it yet.
And having a personality.
You gotta have a personality.
Because you can stand there all day long and go, so 1 + 1 = 2. Or you can be like, all right, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to put this together, and that's going to make 3, 2. And then, yay, we did a thing. Like, woohoo, high five, everybody. There's a way to teach people.
So,
make it entertaining and when you want to listen to it.
So one year, I was in 7th grade, and this guy only was 1 year. He was just a substitute for 1 year because the teacher was pregnant and had her kid. His name was Mr. Lendrum. This dude, he was a science teacher. He's the one that got me and my buddies to actually start digging into the multiverse theorem and astrophysics, because the guy was like a surfer. I mean, back then, of course, he had the like mullet, business in front, party in the back, and he talked like a surfer, always wore Hawaiian flowery shirts, and the guy was cool as hell. And he got everybody in the class was just like stoked to do whatever the hell he was ready to teach that day. That was like everybody's favorite class because the guy had personality.
Yeah.
I had an English teacher that was like that. Like, he made English a crap ton of fun, and we had fun with things, and he made us games and interacted with us, and it was amazing. I'm like, bro, you can make this interesting. All right, cool. I'm down for a lot of crap. He helped me want to learn a lot that first year in high school for sure. And he supported me when I got kicked out for wearing makeup and a dress to school, and he said we were gonna do a peaceful protest if they wouldn't let me back in or they wouldn't let me wear makeup again. And I got to wear makeup again, not just because of that him doing that, but the principal figured out technically it wasn't completely legal for him to not let me do that in California.
Exactly.
And there was no real reason for telling me no. But anyways, let's keep blowing on with this next one. And yes, I'm glad you all, Loki and Super Maghost, are having fun talking about the different things. Oh, hey, Charles. Sorry, I didn't see you earlier.
Hey, Charles,
if there's anybody else we didn't say hi to, let us know. Yeah, but Europe formed in 1979. They just didn't make it big until 1986. Oh my goodness. I love you all. I love our side chat
Paul
so
McCartney
much.
was only just discovered by Kanye, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll know
yeah.
this.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a new singer.
He's a noob. Totally.
Yeah.
Oh my Jeeves. Just
I
wait
still love
until
that one.
oh okay,
still
we got
love
I
that
have to
one.
I have to play. I need to do it right now then. Because it goes exactly
Oh my
on
God.
what we were just okay, let me see. Let me see where it is. I was listening to this earlier today and I just kept smacking myself in the face listening to it. Is it unraveling the secrets of deaths and oh my Jeebus. Okay, here we go, you guys.
Ironic that
Okay. I am actually going to slow this down to regular speed because we are going to need time to take in exactly what this fool says. And when you hear this, we're going to die laughing. Okay, listen to this.
Whitney Houston dies the same way that Jimi Hendrix dies.
What?
In a tub in a hotel, allegedly from drugs.
Let's go to the beginning.
Okay.
We're right there. Okay, here we below. Everybody go to 33 Road Vision or 33 RD Vision. They're the ones who come up with these compilations. We're gonna go over some of their stuff.
Okay.
Go show them some love. They're amazing. I'm subscribed now. I thought I was, but just listen to this.
Ironic that Whitney Houston dies the same way that Jimi Hendrix dies. In a tub in a hotel, allegedly from drugs. And we know why Jimi Hendrix was murdered, the greatest guitarist of all time.
Oh, dear
because
God.
Jimi Hendrix wanted
Just listen. Why was he killed? Why was he
to
killed?
finance the Black Panther Party, but he didn't know that his agent, his manager, was an MI6 British intelligence agent.
Wait, what? What did you just
Holy
say?
moly.
Wait, what did you just say? So that's what I was saying. We were just talking about.
What did you just say?
Exactly. Do we have a thing that says that? No, we don't have a. We don't have a that
Who had
exactly.
that? Somebody has that.
Hendrix died in a hospital.
So this is pretty much what I feel like right now.
Oh my God.
What? Oh. It was in this shit.
What happened?
Exactly. What was in this shit, man? Huh?
What was
What?
in this shit, man? What, huh? What?
Hey D.
Ooh. Hey D. Well,
You're giving it away. Don't tell about. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we're gonna go over how smartphones are fake, Harry, because what's his name, Barnabas dumbass, fucking said that smartphones are fake.
Oh,
and so we will be,
nagging Barnaby.
Yeah. We're gonna have to go over that. Although obviously somebody went over, and that's how I figured it out. And we'll talk about. I don't remember who it was. Sir, I don't remember. But yeah, we'll go over that smartphones are fake in the near future.
Oh, must be that's Barnabas Nagy, right? Is that what you said?
Is that somewhere along the lines of
figures
of the brain vat?
That idiot.
Is that along the same lines? You don't know what brain fat is, do you?
Yeah, no, I know. But Barnabas, he is a special one, and he thinks everything's fake, just like
hell yeah,
just like
Hans Wormhat.
Hans Wormhat, and I always get them confused, even though I shouldn't. But I always think that
they're both
Barnabas
equally stupid.
No, but I think because Barnabas has that accent for some reason, I think that he's the other guy. I don't know why. To me, Hans Wormhat has that accent. Until I listen to him, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. He's the American weirdo, not the Barnabas fucking douche nozzle. Anyways, let's go ahead and listen to this again. Yeah, Jimi Hendrix was unveiled from too much ABBA. That's exactly what happened.
Because Jimi Hendrix wanted to finance the Black Panther Party, but he didn't know that his agent, his manager, was an MI6 British intelligence agent. What?
Oh, sure. Sure. Because that's how that happens.
They gonna have you mapped out. And Prince was murdered because Prince didn't want to sell his unpublished music to Warner Brothers.
No, Prince was Prince. No, hold on. I know a lot about Prince because I found him fascinating. Of all the people that I thought would have turned out to be some sort of sexual deviant, it was him, and he was actually such a polite and very good person. No, he was his own label. Warner Brothers couldn't do shit. That's why he turned into the symbol for a certain amount of time, because the contract he was under owned his name, so he created his own label under the symbol of Prince, formerly known as Prince, artist formerly known. He created his own label. So no, Warner Brothers had dick all to do with anything that had to do with his death. Fuck off.
No, Charles.
Yeah,
and Hendrix did.
I said death,
saying,
not murder.
why he?
No, but homie here said that. The guy in that said that.
Yeah, and the people that are showing how weird and sexually weird they are, those are not the people you got to watch out for. It's the people that are hiding how sexual they are.
It's the well-dressed middle management gentleman who pays his bills on time, is married, has kids, never steps out of line. He's the one with dead bodies in his basement. It's not most of us weirdos most of the time, right? Like, yes, every once in a blue moon. I mean, if you do look at I
plead the fifth.
Certain murder cases, there are tattooed face people and gangsters and stuff that look hardcore. But most of the time, it's the really, really straight-laced motherfuckers that are doing all the stuff, not the weirdos. But anyways, let's just listen to how this person says why all of these people were somehow taken out. And it's just like, you literally, instead of murdering them, you could have gotten them on a 36-hour cocaine bender and then got them to sign a contract. You literally... Go ahead.
Yeah, I got what you're saying. Hendrix died from overdose of alcohol and sleeping pills. He went the way
and most of the time it's because
he aspirated on his own vomit is what happened.
Yeah,
he
most of the time, most of the time, what we come to find out, unfortunately, is people are not rolled on their side, or they do not get on their side, and what
Bon
Mama
Scott. That's what I'm thinking of. Bon Scott died the same way.
So the gang.
So many people fucking died that way. Because that is a way that humans die. It's not fucking a conspiracy. It is not to prove that these people didn't do what they were supposed to, even though they were blah 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 under contract, or that somebody wanted to steal their discography.
There's no conspiracy behind it.
Yeah.
I've near choked to death in my sleep on my own tongue so many times I can't even count it. I can't sleep on my back because my tongue rolls back. And if my mouth is dried out when that happens, my tongue gets stuck back there. And when I wake up, I can't move my tongue out of the way. I literally got to put water in my mouth and near drown myself to try and fucking breathe.
Do you know how many?
I'm paranoid about sleeping on my back just because of that.
Right.
You know how many times that we saved people from overdosing because we put them on their side and let them puke on their side, and or like kept doing certain things to make sure part of it was. And so what happens a lot of these times supposedly is these people go and are by themselves, when if somebody would have been there with them, most likely they may have lived a little bit longer. Obviously now we have like better ways to keep people alive that they didn't know about back then, like during Janis Joplin's time and stuff like that. But so yes, really quick, John Wayne Gacy was a birthday party clown. That's a thing to prove kind of that point. Like they were like the most jovial, blah blah. And then Elvis unveiled Elvis was unalived from a fight with Rammstein. Of course, that's totally how that
right.
happened. And yeah, that's what a lot of people used to overdose on were those barbiturates.
And one thing of particular note with that TikTok video is they're only talking about black people who died like that.
Well, see, okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
as if that has something to do with it as well. Just
yeah,
what I'm trying to say. They're bringing the race into it.
Sure. And he is a black content creator, so I'm going to give him the shadow of the doubt. Just saying he's going to focus in on those and not look at just because. And that was another reason why I wasn't exactly sure if I wanted to do this. But since we got on the piece of famous people dying, I was like, fuck it, we have to do this. Like, here we
I just find it very disconcerting because it's like,
I know.
Jim Morrison, hello,
that and fucking Elvis and there's like what's his name?
Amy Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse.
Well, she was going to go to rehab, but she said no.
Yeah,
I know, and that was her downfall. She said no. Even if my daddy tries to make me that she wasn't going to go or whatever. Yep. Anyways, and then there's a handful of other artists as well that we have lost, unfortunately, through that stuff, right? But anyways, I just think it's fun. Of course it is. I wish that there would have been more drug education, because people are going to do drugs no matter what to some extent. And but anyways, let's keep blowing on. I just want to get through how like silly this is, that when you see what he's talking about. No, Warner Brothers didn't murder people because they wouldn't sell their discography.
No.
Like, it is so weird. Like, they would have done so many things. Literally, they would have just gotten you high long enough or given you enough money to actually get you to give it up. Just because you say no once doesn't mean
if they couldn't do it through legal means, they'd find some other ways within the legal boundaries to do it.
Sure. Or what they could have done is just kept you to fucking having sex with prostitutes or sex workers, or keep doing drugs, and then they could they could blackmail you later, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
just
literally,
destroy you with blackmail.
That's what I'm saying. So they literally, there's so many other ways that people these companies would have done this other than just taking you out. And then why did they only do it to these people and not to like these other people? Like you're putting together dots that are almost there, but then you don't have enough to back it up to actually prove that's exactly what happened.
They failed at connect the dots.
No, they figured out connect the dots. Just that after that, it fell away, right? They
figured out how connect the dots work, but then
it didn't go past that. Dots. Yeah, then their ABCs were screwed up or whatever, right? I mean, so anyways, let's blow on.
They had ABDs.
Axton was murdered because he didn't want to sell the Beatles catalog back to Sony Records.
Excuse me.
What you want to ask?
And R. Kelly went to jail because Sony Records wanted his catalog.
No, he peed on a 13-year-old.
No. Oh, hell no. That's not why he went to jail.
Why did they kill everybody else, but for some reason they didn't kill R. Kelly?
R. Kelly.
What? Yeah, like what? And then how did they frame him so well after? I don't know. I hope you all
wasn't there videos of him doing that?
Yes. Again, I hope you all never saw the videos, but I totally got copies of the video. No, it was horrible.
And he listened to Shaggy way too much because he just said it wasn't me.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I got caught in the bathroom with that 13-year-old girl. It wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
And But literally, I saw some of the wee tapes that he had. He has multiple tapes of weeing on girls. That's how I'll put it.
Nasty. I'm sorry. That's nasty.
Of course.
Yeah, but
he deserved to go to jail.
That's not sex. That's just wanting to humiliate someone. And like some people,
that's exactly what it was. These young girls would go into his house or to here, and they're like, "Oh my god," they're fangirling, and he's like, "Well, if you want to get to know me, I gotta do." Anyways, let's blow on.
Actually, Super Ghost has it right. R. Kelly went to jail because he thought he could fly.
He believed it, right?
He believed he could fly. He believed he could touch the sky.
Yes. So he's now considered Wee Kelly, not R. He's Wee Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, let's keep blowing on with this idiocracy again.
It was a minor, though, wasn't it, Charles? Yeah.
Kelly is not in jail for pedophilia, although that's wrong, and he should be if he's guilty. But that ain't why he there. White folks been knew he was doing what he was doing. R. Kelly didn't go to jail till R. Kelly start questioning control of his masters. Bill Cosby goes to jail because the second largest oil company in the world wanted to drill under his home in Massachusetts, and he wouldn't let him. And the reason they brought up the lawsuit with the
Oh yeah, it had nothing to do with having unconsensual sex with people that he
drugging women and having sex with them. No, nothing to do with that. No,
not anything to do with that.
Wasn't it like 40 women or 30?
Yeah, over his career,
including cast members from the Cosby Show and people that he worked with. Yes.
All right, so somebody needs to buy me a shot because we need a shot after. Thinking about that.
This guy is just letting.
I know. No, this is horrible. Okay, so let's go just a little bit. No, I know. And he's saying this on a live platform,
Yep.
And they probably have more people watching than we do, which is insane that this is going on.
The ugly old white women is to financially bankrupt Bill Cosby, so he got to sell the house.
Now, that's a racist. Ugly white women, that's a racist and sexist remark right there.
Yeah, no, that definitely was very, very racist, and of course, he's going to say it in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That is not.
That's definitely not PC. And again, YouTube.
Okay,
we do not believe.
Drink, you naked bastard.
Are we okay? Good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let's go to.
No, we don't go nowhere. You drink.
Yeah, no, I know. Give me a second.
I think you just getting the next one up so he can go to when he's done.
We're going over the government Illuminati.
Oh Lord, okay.
Is the next Tickabatox.
That's an oxymoron, isn't it?
Isn't it?
I totally.
Kinda. Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like jumbo shrimp.
Government intelligence. There's an oxymoron right there.
Okay, so cheers, bro. Salute, Solanche, all of the above.
Sky.
Prost.
Bad vodka.
Bad vodka. Even
what are you
though
drinking?
This actually is very tasty.
What are you drinking?
It's kinky pink.
Oh, you like
your
kinkies?
Huh? He
You like your kinkies?
He likes his kink.
Have you got a black light yet to see that shit? No, never mind. Do not use a black light in your room. The whole place. We're
gonna see goats and sheep and chickens and cows.
Everything.
How'd you get on the ceiling?
Yeah, exactly. My whole room will glow for sure. For multiple
see you from
reasons.
Space, not even using Hubble.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into this bowl. And just wait till you hear this gentleman. This weird douche nozzle. Let's put it that way. I'm not even gonna.
Is that Biden?
Yeah,
it looks like Biden.
He is kind of weird.
Okay, we'll go from we'll go from the beginning.
God damn it, my foot's
okay,
itchy.
let's go from the beginning.
So there's a lot of things that have been exposed now. Let me ask you about another aspect. Excuse me.
Hold on. There we go.
That's the exact opposite of Trump.
They're nothing but hideous space reptiles.
If you've been following the whole UFO thing, you've probably come across videos like this and this. So if you saw them and eventually dismissed them because they weren't interesting or they just didn't catch your attention, I don't blame you. They're boring as hell and they really lack a wow factor, which, to be honest, I think it's on purpose. Allow me to point out what's interesting about these videos so that you can get a better understanding of what the government has been trying to tell you over the past 5 years. This is a
okay, musclehead that works out too many hours a day and needs to have a little bit better of a haircut. Never mind. Please tell us. I know. Well, no, Hooves, you do not look like him. You look better, and or your haircut is not that.
I have a lack of a haircut,
wavy.
actually.
But anyways, he does. I will agree with Hooves. He does get to wear a shirt like that. But Meathead, tell us how we are not getting these stories right. So here we go.
This was a video taken in 2004, and it was filmed in the Pacific Ocean by a Navy fighter jet using a type of infrared technology. At face value, you might not think much is going on here, but this infrared video shows what is known as the Tic Tac UFO. The UFO looks like a Tic Tac, which, to our knowledge, there isn't any aircraft known to man that is shaped like a mint that you put in your mouth. But that isn't the captivating part of the video. It's the fact that the object moves from one spot to another instantaneously. This means that whatever propulsion that the object was using, it's definitely not your
And I love how he's really cutting up the video too, so we can't really see what's going on.
Really
even though I know,
is
I
it
know
instantaneous,
exactly
or did the other plane stop locking onto it or something? Do you know what I mean?
Did the actual granule of whatever it was, considering that the clouds are not clean water, raindrops actually form around particles of dirt. It is possible that there was something on the FLIR, which is why I was more than likely dismissed, because there was probably something on the lens that blew off, which is why it would zip off to one side.
That could be too. Yeah, that could be too.
Also, because they're using a weird filter, it may be a natural object that is glowing because there's reflection off of its own self as well.
Or
so we may not
off.
be any there's so many things that could make this not look the way that it's supposed to, because there are multiple cases of some things that kind of look like this. But again, it could be so many things that are happening that are causing it to look weird like this, and or to shoot off screen, and for the tracking system to not follow it. Again, if it is a very, very small object, it does get tracked on for a second, and then it looks glowing, and then it moves 200 feet away. So the tracking system may not be able to track it anymore. And so then if it moves away from the camera,
it could also honestly be another plane, the exhaust from another plane as well.
There's so many freaking things.
There's so many factors. I'm trying to find
the way he's cutting this up makes it so that we have no idea exactly what we're looking at and what's going on exactly. But let's let Muscles tell us how UFOs are real.
Granddad's combustible piston engine. Now, these last two videos were filmed in 2015 off the coast of Florida. They're also declassified by the government and again show clearer footage this time of an object that literally rotates mid-flight.
So, this is why I have this fucking tool. So,
why you got me?
Yeah, exactly. This kind of looks like a thing like that almost, right? So this, to me, there's an object that looks like maybe there's wings.
Right.
Maybe a head and maybe a tail, all right?
Right.
I'll undo this again. Do you know why sometimes birds and aviary type things don't flap their wings?
They're floating on the thermals.
Yes, they get into a thermal tunnel, So when you are a bird that flies over large bodies of water, what do you not want to do all of the time?
Flap your wings.
Spend energy.
Exactly. You're both exactly right. So if this is a large crane or something, because the other thing that you have to look at, and it's really hard to see these things because of the how they cut this into this little frame.
Right.
If this is supposedly the waves in the water, those look actually very huge.
Or clouds, yeah.
Sure. Our reference points are very vague. We do not have very many. But if I've come to understand from watching, I think this video time and time again, this is supposedly the water. If you look at how large the water waves are, and I'm going to go ahead and take this away.
You think they're flying a little bit low?
Yeah. And then who knows how far away this is? I do not see any calculations that's showing us how far away that thing is.
I put in Mick West's channel because he did do ones like this, and he analyzed them and debunked them.
Just because yours
in the side chat.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody go there. Just because this bar looks this way for this reference does not tell us how big this is exactly.
Right.
So this is very much a false referencing. If you're going to say this is a thing, I honestly, let's keep blowing on. Let's let him explain what he thinks.
And honestly, too, could it be
again
infrared images taken from, say, like a military exercise, where that could be a plane they're following, and you're seeing the exhaust?
Sure, there's a handful of other things it could be.
Right.
There's quite a lot that has been released. We don't know what it is. And a lot of people have been like, it's birds because of also the motion of the plane. Combined with the bird, and if that's the opposite way, it looks like that shit is going hella fucking fast.
Yeah, we've already gone over the debunking of some of those before on this channel. Just like I believe this has been when there's been professional pilots that have looked at it and said, most likely it's probably a bird or like floating, something else floating in the wind or something, not a freaking UFO.
Right.
And just because you're flying Mach 2 past something and it seems to be in your reference frame moving faster than it is, it seems really weird. And if you're not a seasoned pilot or if you've never seen that thing any before, then you're going to assume that it's a UFO or something that you can't explain. And how many times do we hear on the radio that somebody's like, I see a UFO, there's a thingy-mabobber and a blah, blah, blah. And then the person on the other end is like, yeah, well, our radar is not like really showing anything. So like there must be an anomaly. There must be something going on with your equipment. It's a fucking flock of birds or one bird. Okay, let's keep going.
The gimbal, and what's captivating about this object is the way that it rotates, along with the background commentary by pilots.
It's a floating bird that doesn't want to use its wings.
No known aircraft.
Those are clouds for sure.
Let alone the fact.
Okay, sure. But again, if you look at this, I've seen birds that are floating on jet streams.
Yeah.
And to me, this seems like that's what this thingy would be doing, especially like they said, they were over water. And I thought that they said they were, and if they're not, it doesn't matter. But anyways, let's keep blowing on.
Fact that it was defying the laws of physics. Screw physics, I guess, right? Anyway, this last video, which was also filmed in 2016,
physics is a theory.
You can see another object breaking law.
This is the one that's the goose or the bird flying over water.
Okay.
It's already been debunked a gazillion times.
Logic again, giving the middle finger to our current scientific understanding of how shit works. All of these objects in these UFO
That's the goose one or the whatever that we were just talking about earlier.
videos that you just witnessed operate with hypersonic velocities without any heat signatures. This indicates that these objects are most likely not operated or created by human intelligence unless we've secretly found a way to leapfrog 1,000 years into the future. Maybe
intelligence leapfrogged over your channel.
And over his fucking dumbass head. Homie, literally you can look at it takes 5 seconds to look this up and to find out that this was Yeah, Harry Warp, I think, had it supposed to.
This and one before it, if you look, the way that the camera's locked onto the image, it makes it look like it's moving at faster speeds as well.
But that's when that's when relativity comes into effect.
Yeah.
And you have to take into the fact that the bird was going the opposite direction of the plane.
Yeah.
Yes, and how fast the plane, the
Right.
jet was going, or the whatevers,
Exactly.
and the thingies and the others, the bobbers of the reference points, and the water. Like normally when they show that, it's actually way more zoomed in than the original footage. So when you close in on it, it makes it so those waves look faster as well. So there's a handful of things that people are doing to manicure that to make it look more in reference to what they want it to be. Okay, so now let's get to here.
2023. And it should keep moving further and further too. It's weird.
That could be a Chinese lantern. It caught fire.
Yeah.
Not a plane. I should look like.
Why is
in
there a
the
siren going
Bronx? See, that's the thing that makes.
That's them adding it stuff to it.
Oh, you think? Okay.
Yeah, it's gotta
Okay,
be.
Did they? Okay. I wasn't sure 100% about that. But here, let's watch.
This is flaring. Now look. Disappeared. What the fuck? Anytime like a plane.
That could be a gazillion and a half things lit early in the air.
If whatever was lit turns off, but I think you're right. It could have been something on fire and it finally, ran out of fuel and just
a flare. It could have been so many fucking things. There's so many things it could have been.
Here's the fun part, kids.
Yeah.
So military surplus, you can get flares. Because I was sitting here putting through all the ideas of what it could be. First thing that come to mind would be a Chinese lantern. You can get those in many sizes. And what typically happens to them is they're made out of rice paper. They tend to catch fire, especially if it's windy. The other thing it could be is it could also be what's called not a signal flare. It's actually a lantern flare. It actually has a parachute on it.
Yeah.
So they used them in Vietnam, and they would fire a flare up, and the little parachute would pop off the top.
Gotcha.
And because of the heat from the flare, it would actually keep it up in the air for much longer than what you would normally expect, and it would be a light source.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was gonna say light source. Yeah.
That's what the military will do to, in the middle of the night, try to see an area. They will deploy a handful of those, and then they will make it so there's light around. Then Harry Warps is saying something else. Drones that had a huge light on it that can turn itself on and off. There are a handful of things that could describe be what this is, not just what you think it is.
Right.
Synchronized drones. I've actually seen a synchronized drone a presentation, and it was fucking phenomenal. So very much so.
Imagine.
Yeah,
that could be a flare right there.
Yeah, especially since it's red.
Is another technique
that
I call the totalitarian tiptoe.
David Icke.
It's another perceptual mind manipulation technique. And that works like this. You are at A, and you know that your agenda is going to take the world to Z. But you know if you go from A to Z in too big a leap, the changes in society are going to be so fundamental that many people are going to look up from the game show and the sport, and they're going to say, what's going on? Ethel, what's going on here? Look what they're doing. So you don't go in big leaps. You use the totalitarian tiptoe. You go as fast as you can, but not so fast that people start to see the pattern and realize that it's all connected. So you'll go from A to B, and maybe go to D if you can get away with it, and so on. But all the time, you're moving towards this Z goal, which is total human control. And I have this phrase that I use: know the outcome.
It is,
and you'll see the journey.
Yeah,
This is why it's
icky.
crucial to uncover what the agenda's outcomes are planned to be. Because once you know that, you can see the stepping stones, the totalitarian tiptoe to those outcomes. If you don't know what the outcomes are planned to be,
Totally talking about
all
Brexit.
these events just appear random. Oh, something else has happened. Oh, that's happened. Oh, now that's happened. But there's no connection apparently between the two. But if you know what the outcome is planned to be, know the outcome, and you'll see the journey, because you'll see that these events, through problem, reaction, solution, not least, are using the excuses to push us on to those outcomes.
You could have summed it all up with hindsight's 2020, and you
So,
can connect
but-
anything.
Total human
Go ahead.
control. What good does that do for any world government? Really does nothing. Especially here in the US. You've got total human control. And you're gonna like say start killing off people because, you know, we'll do what that evil guy did in the 40s. That's not gonna help you get any more taxes from people. You know what I mean?
Okay. So here's one of the things I like about conspiracy theories. One of the big things when the Fauci ouchie came out, I'm only using that so that we don't get in trouble.
Gotcha.
So when the Fauci ouchie came back, the biggest conspiracy theorist was, oh, what they're doing is they're putting this stuff in your body, so when the chemtrails come overhead, they kill off like 80% of the population. And I was like, okay, cool. So
yeah.
And who gets to live? The rich people? Okay, cool. So the rich people get to stay alive and then have to do their own shit?
Right.
Where's the sense in that?
Exactly.
You kill off all us poor people. Who's going to mow your lawn? Who's going to deliver your shit? Who's going to bring you up at the cashier?
Yep.
Who's going to deliver your fucking food? Who's
Who's
going to
going to
make your
fix your
food?
electric wiring?
Yeah.
You know, none of that shit
Who's going
makes
to make sure
sense.
there's infrastructure is maintained.
Yeah,
You
all
know?
the little people. Those are the people you're going to kill off.
Please,
That's stupid.
please do not forget who's going to pick up your garbage.
Right.
Well, that's what I'm saying. All the little people.
They
so,
need-
Like I think
Yeah.
that is one of the jobs that's looked down at the most. But like in society, it's one of the most important jobs.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, no,
so
You're right, Brainless.
my basic point is, if you have the rich people in, you know, and they kill off all the wee little people, essentially it's a cruise ship. Only the 5 rich people get to be on that ship.
Right.
Where's it going to go? Who's going to feed them? What are you going to do now? Can you drive the boat? No. What are you going to do? Just sit there in the water? No. You can't cut your legs off and expect to move somewhere.
Yep.
Yep.
So their conspiracy theories don't make any fucking sense.
They don't make any sense.
That's definitely part of I believe the 3rd book in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is when everybody gets flung to another Earth and it's only hairdressers and
God, that one was hysterical.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, we don't know what to do, and he's like, here, progress, here, make fight. Like, you know, it's that thing. Like, what do the rich do, or what do certain classes do if you don't have the other classes?
Yeah.
You're stagnant. You can't do anything. What are you gonna go ahead and clean your own toilet? Hell no. You're like, you know. So yeah,
Well, that's like
the
me and
whole thing.
Al. Me and Al drive truck. We haul shit.
Yeah.
If you take away the people that own the shit we haul, we
Then
don't
we're
need
all
to haul
screwed.
anything.
Exactly. Just like we say, it takes a village to raise a child, right? Let's take away the child. It takes a village to make a village, right? You have to have the bread maker. You have to have the joker. You have to have different parts of government. You have to have a police or somebody who punishes.
The farmers.
You have to have a judicial. You have to have the people that make the wheat to make into the bread that turns into the pizza, the pizza maker. You have to have everybody there. You can't just have one thing. And that's what the whole fucking hilarious thing that I always thought of for the whole COVID thing and it being a planetdemic was, let's kill everybody on the earth for no reason, so that we have nobody to do anything anymore. Because honestly, the earth is not overpopulated. It's just we have horrible management for food, housing, and health care, mental and physical. Those are the main reasons why the earth is not working the way it should. Yeah, totally functioning.
The thing about the conspiracy theorists is, rather than think logically, they think extreme. This goes back to something I told you a long time ago when I first started coming on your streams. Anybody who's an extremist is a fucking idiot.
Yes.
So these extremists do this like total human control. No. Now, a good theory, a good conspiracy theory would be easier human control.
Right.
And make it easier to control the population. That's different than total control.
Total control. Exactly.
Well, and we're talking about killing off huge portions of your own population for no fucking reason.
Right.
We know that the government knows how to sell us food, to make us do things, to get us dumber, and to get us fatter and stuff, especially in the Americas. We know they understand that kind of control, but that's not
we are
full
chunky.
Totes. But that isn't like full control, or it's not to. When they say that we try to kill off populations from this or that, or we're going to poison the water to make frogs gay or whatever the hell. Like, no, that's not exactly where the government is lying to us and screwing us over. It's letting the corporations put way more sugars in our food so we get fatter and lazier and don't want to walk and don't want to move. And then when somebody talks about a 15-minute city, all these weirdos cry about it. And it's like, dude, they're pretty much just said we want to make places in the world where you can walk 15 minutes away for anything, so you can get whatever you want whenever you want.
Right, you go to the grocery store, you walk 15 minutes, you got the grocery store, you got your bank, you got your
everything is nobody's saying that. Yeah, but nobody's saying that they're gonna put a glass dome around every single one of those and not let you leave it. And that's where the conspiracy is. It's like, what are you talking about? They're making it so well, that's the other thing, is the rich want to be rich and they want to not see the not rich. So if I'm rich, and why would I want to go see a homeless person walking down the street? I'd rather drive my Mercedes Benz with my chauffeur. And,
it's like the Kennedys. They were all for, oh yes, put wind turbines out in the ocean, in the water. Fine, we're going to put them outside of the water near you. Oh no, you can't do that there. That's gonna ruin our view.
We don't want to see it. Oh my god.
We don't want to see it. Oh my god, do it somewhere else. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
Yep.
Take any population, any group of people. It doesn't matter who, race, color, creed, religion. Take about 500 or 600 of them. Put them in a place. Give them everything they need. Money, food, heat, roof, leisure, activities. It doesn't matter. A group of them is going to start hating it, and eventually there's going to be infighting, because Matrix put it the best way. There is no such thing as a perfect world for humans, because humans want to find the bad in everything.
Yeah,
and we are a small herd animal system. So anything outside of our herd wants to make us reject it, and then also
we're a cancer.
Yeah, no, totally. Because then
we're also
when we see something
tribal,
else,
you know.
it's all exactly. It's the tribal, it's the small group, it's a handful of things, and then also, what's it called when
it's the Starbelly Snooches?
Exactly. But what is the thing when you walk past a bush and it shakes? What is better for you to think? There's a lion in there, or for you to think that there's candy?
I was
Most
thinking
of the
there's
time,
a hot chick, but
most of the time, sure.
Candy
Most of
works.
the time, there's boobs.
Boobs.
But if there was a lion, then it's going to kill you, and then you're not going to be part of that system anymore. So,
well, I died thinking about boobs.
Most of the time, if you run away, you're going to live a little bit longer, most likely. Even if there is boobs there, like if you run away, you survived the 1 out of 10 times that maybe there was something horrible in there.
What weirdo run from boobs?
I never
Look how he says that. What weirdo run from boobs?
Yeah, exactly. Similarly. All
They
right,
like
so
boobs.
let's
well,
go
it depends
on.
who they're on. Like, I'd run away from Shani's boobs.
Okay, fair enough. Fair. Some
Okay, we're not
flapjacks
getting-
are not
let's-
built like the others.
Yeah, let's not go further into that because yes, totally. Okay, here we go.
Do you believe there's an active disinformation campaign within our government to deny existence of UAPs? Yes or no?
As previously stated publicly, yes.
65
years ago today.
The UFOs. That's the new thing for UFOs. UAPs.
UAP.
UAP.
Whatever. Yeah.
Means
Okay, first of
unidentified
all-
aerial phenomena.
First of all, I would
banana.
say about 70% of the populace of at least the United States think there's something up there. Okay, we're not all idiots. Second of all, it is asinine to think we are the only intelligent life in this universe, this galaxy. And thirdly, it is also stupid to think that they're only going after your butthole and your first name has to be Cletus, Jethro, or Billy.
All right, let me clear the air. Yes.
How much can you learn from an asshole?
We don't have aliens here yet, and those are the ones that do probe your anus. Have aliens been here? Obviously, they're the lizard people and the mole people and the cyborgs.
Well,
so we've been here.
They should send a probe out to
I gotta start making
Uranus.
supper. Back.
Oh, you're talking about the other Uranus. Ah, okay.
Yes.
I was thinking planetary.
What the hell's the matter with you? Do you know what stream
Klingons.
you're on?
So
What the hell's wrong with you?
anyways.
You're not seeing what kind of game I'm playing?
So anyways,
But can you
so
see Uranus from my anus?
So what was happening in those recent years was the aliens had an anus game, and we were trying to figure out the largest that we could get your anus to expand, and it was a betting thing that we had going on for a couple of 100 years. It's over now.
You could get the biggest black hole, basically.
Exactly. That's through the
Ba-dum-bum.
anal cavity of it. Exactly. Anyways, let's keep blowing on with this. Yeah, unusual anal pounding. Exactly.
Yes, there you go.
If you've never seen
No,
Paul, I suggest you watch it.
Paul,
And
I love that movie.
Paul's
it was so
Paul's
good.
amazing. And so this gentleman thinks that he can only fit 2 fingers in his butthole because that's what he's showing us right now.
And
He's showing two in the pink. He's showing
Well,
one-
at this
two-
point,
2 in the pink, 1 in the stink right there.
he's like yeah, bass backwards it, and you can
He
do that
uses his
too.
thumb.
Yeah, you can do it that way as well.
Well, that'd be if
So-
she's doggy and going down on you, and you're reaching over her back.
Well, and
sorry.
Well, and the other thing is you can rub the clit with this with 2. Oh wait, it's that and there, and then that way. There, we can do it that way. I don't know anymore what we're doing.
I dislocated my wrist one time. Won't tell you how.
Come on, come on! Now you mentioned it. Now you got to tell.
We'll talk about it later.
Described it actually.
I have hurt myself many a times in many different ways doing many sexual positions, but again, we'll talk about it later.
Yep.
Dr. George King stood on this very spot in Trafalgar Square in London and demanded that the government tells the truth about what they know about UFOs. He demanded this with a group behind him. There was a rally of people making this demand on August the 23rd, 19...
He said 65 years ago. That did not look like it was from 65 years ago. That video.
Somebody look it up.
Hang on, let me blow this up.
Of it.
Let me blow this up.
I could be wrong, but it looked like it was just a video that they put a black and white filter over. On
All right, go ahead and try it again. Let that video play.
Dr. George King stood on the very spot in Trafalgar. Thank you. Thank you. Square. So let's go ahead and play this, and then if somebody can find proof of this or whatever he's speaking about, so we can reference it, that'd be amazing.
Very spot in Trafalgar Square in London and demanded that the government tells the truth about what they know about UFOs.
That's some pretty good-looking film, don't you think? For 65 years ago,
it's been remastered.
Okay,
the clothing.
That's
matches,
what I was thinking.
The clothing does match.
It had been remastered because that's not the original film for sure.
Are they doing this for a joke or was this for real? I think
they were for real.
For a joke. Okay,
they were for real. But what I'm saying is, this is not a doctored photo. They remastered it.
Okay, that makes sense now.
But the fashion that they're wearing, is
fits, for sure.
Goes
65
with
years
that
ago,
time
they were showing all those the Mars movies and people coming to Mars and this and that in the 50s and 60s. So that does make sense why they're doing this.
Yeah, this would be about the 60s.
Yeah,
and looking at that microphone too.
Well,
I was going to say, look at that old ass microphone.
That stuff can also be fake.
No,
it can be faked, but.
I'm looking at the
Harry Ward
Flyers.
put a thingy-mabobber in the side where I believe it's saying that it's real.
If they faked this, they did their fucking research.
We're talking 1958, so that
they
kind of
faked
gels
it real good. Like anyways,
that kind of gels with the time period and with the movies that were being shown at the time. That these people took it to heart, like there's actually alien, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Of people making this demand on August the 23rd, 1958. This is what he said.
What's the reason for this demonstration?
Well, we believe that the Air Ministry and the government of this country know that flying saucers exist.
Didn't you have communication with Mars or something like that?
I have had frequent communications with Mars and Venus, yes.
Jesus Christ, he looks like a car coming down the road.
Absolutely. I've met...
No. Like, I think
his ears are bigger than King Charles's ears.
I was gonna say, I'm getting a Charles feel here. Is this the bastard father?
That's what I'm getting too. Mm-hmm.
It's his cousin. Anyways,
these
people physically,
and that voice
he had communications with his arse and his penis, not Mars and Venus.
No, I think his ears just heard everything in the next room, and he thought it was from space.
Who needs a ham radio? He'll just pick everything up with the ears.
You can't whisper around that guy.
Yep.
Yeah, no, he literally has his own satellite dishes right here. I mean, look at how big those things are comparatively to his skull. And we'll do phrenology. We're just gonna do some.
You can do phrenology, exactly.
Look at those eyes, and then the size of his nose. And then,
it looks like a Picasso painting.
And then there we go. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
He's got a lurch face with very
Charles high forehead.
Ears.
How do
the eyes sunk in like that?
Hold on. I have to do this. Oh my Jeebus, this is gonna be great.
You run.
There we go. There it is. Correct. He's got the there we go. You rang. Okay. All right. Anyways. Okay. Let's blow on.
They were as physical to me as
I didn't know we were
you
going to go
are.
this far back in conspiracies.
In the meetings I've had with these people, we converse in English.
65 years later, in the US Congress last month, a meeting was held in the Oversight Committee in Congress.
There's been so much evidence in the past 65 years that it took 65 years for them.
Do you know why that was held? Because they just released all that classified information to the public.
Yeah, I know, but it's
That's
so
why
funny
it took
that
60. Anyway,
The fun part here is all these conspiracy theorists are saying, "Oh, the government's putting it out in a way that doesn't interest the people." No, we don't give a shit because this is all stuff we already knew.
we don't care. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's been out there for a long time. Government just finally declassified the stuff. That's all.
Yeah,
I was one of the few people that was looking forward to the raid on Area 51 because I really wanted to see that happen.
Me too.
I want to see what Area 52 has in it. Tasers that were going to be deployed.
But I knew that they weren't going to do it, and then I heard all the drama between what's his name and the promoter and blah blah blah, and how they split it. And if you don't know about that, we'll go over the whole thing about.
I wanted to see the Natoro runners, out in the front.
The Naruto runners.
Yes.
Yeah, the Naruto
The
runners.
Naruto runner ran behind that news guy. That was
fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
And then somebody put up a list of how the rows would go, how the waves of people would go in. It was like the Naruto runners followed by the Chads.
Yeah, I know, it was hilarious.
We in the Flares community were talking about it. Like, if they go in, good luck getting past those A10s. Will make you into a red mist trying to get in. Running in there.
Yeah, and there is a whole cartoon that was made about how they were going to infiltrate it in different levels, and we will eventually go over that. So anyways, blow with this.
Congress, attended by very experienced people in the military, intelligence, US Air Force, US Navy, testifying about the truth before members of Congress from the Democrat and Republican parties, and it was clear that governments have indeed lied, that they did know the truth. Dr. George King was vindicated.
The government has actively covered up the truth about UAPs. Considering the thousands of testimonies and videos taken on people's phones and eyewitnesses' accounts made by credible witnesses such as doctors, pilots, scientists, and active duty service members, it is unacceptable to continue to gaslight Americans into thinking that this is not happening or that the potential of intelligent life forms exists other than humans.
The American public has a right to learn about technologies of unknown origins, non-human intelligence, and unexplainable phenomena.
Why?
And to our military
Phenomena.
leaders, if there's nothing to conceal, let Congress go to write
Phenomena.
the Dugway Proving Ground, or even Groom Lake in Nevada.
Thank you all. That was amazing.
We should have disclosure
I do.
today. We should have disclosure tomorrow. The time has come.
But the British government.
The thing is, the majority of the stuff that they consider unidentified is just not even extraterrestrial life. It's just balloons or
blurbs
something that
in the
can be
sky
explained.
or something.
They're assuming it's this
a ball-
unknown technology or aliens.
Ball
Not
lightning
like-
or something like that.
I'm willing to bet that this man is either divorced or his wife is doing a trolley boy.
He has been through 3 divorces. All of his wives have taken all of his stuff. He has multiple
He pays
kids.
alimony
No, I don't know.
for all
I don't
three
know
of
that.
them.
Do you get the
No,
reference
I
of the
don't know
trolley
that.
boy? Do you get the
Yeah,
reference?
no,
Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Yarp.
Oh, okay.
And by the way, Yarp, the trolley boy, was also the Hound in Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Okay.
Just fun fact. He's actually that big. He's a big dude.
Oh yeah, he's huge. Okay. Anyways,
decades, and while the actual purpose of it is still unknown, the question we should be asking is, how much more do we not know if we didn't know that?
This was said about digital IDs and the inevitability of another pandemic. You can't have another pandemic.
Isn't that that nut job?
So let's have a digital health certificate acknowledged by WHO.
I don't want a digital health certificate. How will I know it's legit and sanctioned? It's been acknowledged by the WHO. Good, good. After the horror of the last pandemic has begun to subside, we are already again discussing the necessity for digital ID. Have you noticed that the conditions for digital ID are already being introduced? Have you noticed often when in a supermarket your face is being filmed and observed so that your facial recognition, potential fingerprint recognition are all being collated? Have you noticed that this time digital ID is being mooted in an interesting way? One, it will be good for future pandemics. Oh, no one likes a pandemic and no one likes being locked down. But also to control immigration, almost as if they've understood the entire political spectrum. And
no, and like pandemics happen so infrequent that this time you could see how unfucking prepared we were.
Right.
Okay,
now they're
hold on.
like actually thinking like we need to get more prepared.
I'm not willing to take a single thing this man says seriously because this is Russell Brand.
Yes, I agree.
No, I'm on the same page as you. We do not take anything that he takes seriously, of course.
Because no matter what point he tries to make, he has already typecast himself as an eccentric comedian. So anything he's trying to pass off, I'm going to immediately think you're trying to fucking troll people.
And what is he wearing? What is he wearing right now? A fake nasty uniform
suit.
or something.
Yeah.
So, anyways, no, he's totally a fucking dumbass cunt. And no, homie, that's not what local digital ID stuff is being used for. It's not to keep you inside your own country or inside your own state. It's made so you literally don't have to carry around anything anymore, and you can like put your thumbprint up, or you can scan your what face. You can have another identification. I have microchips.
Yeah,
it's things like that. I mean, or we can do anal printing, whatever. I mean,
those
supposedly,
are more unique than fingerprints.
Well, supposedly your tongue print is the most unique part of your body than everywhere else. So maybe we're just going to start licking each other. I mean, licking.
No, I'm not going to be licking any fucking sensors. Sorry.
I'm getting told.
This guy drinks a lot of Mountain Dew and smokes a lot of
Do you
cigarettes.
know how many dirty motherfuckers
retinal
don't
scans
wash their
too
hands after they go to the
I know,
toilet?
I'm joking, but there's so many other.
But he's taking it like because
you
use fingerprints so they get your face. How many years have we had cameras up in businesses?
I'm honestly
20 years in the Americas.
I'm honestly not opposed to doing the licking and the sensor thing. I mean, I'll lick a woman's booty hole. I'm not. I mean,
especially to ID her, I'll totally lick some booty first. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
wait a
not.
minute,
That's the only
wait a
cell
minute.
that I'm
You're
going
not.
for.
You're not Linda. Who are you?
Oh, it's Sarah, or Anyways, that junk scan printing.
You had corn today.
You slap your dick or vagina on the scanner. You just like, oh, it's Barbara.
I mean,
all right, how are you doing, Barbara? How's your vagina doing today?
Labia scans,
Anyways, this is not to keep people inside of places or to get them to
No.
not move or do anything.
Right.
And guess what? If you have your phone on you, your laptop, your fucking any other device that has a GPS signal on it or anything on it that can take any data in, everybody knows where you are. Yeah, everybody knows where you are anyways, honey.
Yes.
Yeah, that new car that you're driving, that vehicle has got the touch screen and the GPS. Yeah, they're tracking your fucking car too.
It's like the real ID here in the U.S. that the government wants to implement. It's because there's a lot of states giving IDs to undocumented workers. So it's a way to differentiate that you are a citizen. You were, naturalized, or you were, born here. You know what I mean?
That's why they imprinted me in my ass the other day. Never mind. No, but
it's become a necessity. In other words, yeah.
Yeah, and if you look at all the serial killer murder cases where a significant other kills their spouse or whatever,
Mhm.
and even if they turn off their phone, even if they unplug certain things, even if they do certain things, the government like sees that bullshit too.
Yeah.
Just because you didn't take your phone and you turned it off and you didn't take it with you to go drop off the body, they're like, your phone has never been turned off in the last 16 years. Why, after somebody disappeared, did your phone turn off for 2 hours? And then, oh, the GPS in your fucking car said that you drove to the backwoods and stopped for 30 minutes and then drove back to somewhere else. And then all of a sudden, the house has been cleaned in the last 24 hours with bleach. It's like, dude, you're an idiot. Like, do you not
never
think
clean
that?
your house.
Yeah, and you've never cleaned your house before. But again, these people think we're not already being tracked. Every time you use your
Right.
credit card, everything you use, anything,
Mhm.
you're being tracked, you dumb cunts. So just because you make it easier for you to like, so hopefully soon you don't have to carry a wallet anymore, right? You literally either thumbprint to the cops if they pull you over, or you go into a store. And let's just talk about thumbprinting as of right now, even though thumbprinting is a very, very horrible way to prove who somebody is, because the thumbprint is not, or your fingerprints aren't as unique as we thought they were, because some weird douche nozzle a gazillion years ago made a study that he thought that everybody's fingerprints were very unique, even though he only tested 100 people and didn't notice there was a pattern between 100 people, even though there's a gazillion people. Anyways, so let's just pretend. Let's just say thumb. Let's not even say face. Let's not say anything else. Let's just say that now you can go into a store and put your thumbprint down. Say you get pulled over and the cop asks you for your identification and you just thumbprint right quick. And immediately it goes, boop, boop, boop. Nope, no warrants. You're clear. Oh, you've gotten a couple speeding, like that's already what's happening anyways. It's just, do you want it to be faster or do you want it to fucking be slower?
Doesn't mean we're
and
gonna
like
everything's gonna go totally electronic like that. No, because if something happens,
There's backups.
power goes out. Yeah,
Like
but I mean, say like the power goes out, or you gotta still keep the cash and everything.
As the Big D said, Estonia has chips in their ID. Yes, so do we. I've got an NFC in my ID card and in my driver's license.
I have an RFID chip on my
in
my
certain
bank card.
situations. In certain situations, you can just scan that, and like that is a good verification.
And do you want to know what happens most of the time when I go to a club or a bar or to a new establishment and I'm gonna drink? They take my ID and they swipe it on something now to double, triple check that it's real. If I can just like hold my hand up, or they can just take a photo of my face, or like I can just bend over and show my arsehole or something. No, I'm just kidding. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you're already being chipped. You're already being watched. You're already being identified. You're already having all of these extra precautions being going on to get you to prove who you are, because you have to be identified if you're drinking. You go into a 7-Eleven. I don't know if that's everywhere, but you go into a place to buy a beer. They even if you look of age, there's a lot of laws now in the Americas that say if you look under 50, you have to be ID'd, and it's kind of like everybody gets ID'd. Technically, is what they're saying to most extent. So you're already being tracked. You're already being followed. You're already. If you're not,
I believe over here you got to get checked if you look under 20 or 21 or something like that.
Yeah. Somebody's will say under 30 or even under 40, but it just depends on the clerk and everything.
Totally. And we have a handful of signs here that say look under 50, gonna get carded or something, gonna get ID'd or something like that. And like
I haven't been ID'd in so damn long.
Every once in a blue moon, especially like Fort Collins is a college town, so they get people vice trying to get them. So every once in a while, they're like, "Hey, Slim, I know you are, but for the camera, just pull that out for 5 milliseconds and then put it back in." Or, I go to another place, or a new person shows up to a place that I always hang out at.
Wait, Slim. Why do they want you to make porn in the store? Pull it out and
That's
put a camera.
after hours. That's after
Yeah,
hours.
it's after hours. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so anyways, let's blow on with this idiot mistaking this, just like all those idiots are mistaking 15-minute cities, which aren't really actually happening. Just it was a
No.
cool idea that somebody came up with, and like
It's not feasible with the amount of population that we have. It's really not feasible.
we already have things set up. You have to go in the middle of buttfuck nowhere to start one. That's not going to happen.
That's true.
Ensuring that wherever
Then
you
just come
are
here.
on that spectrum, digital ID is good for you in one way or another.
Historically, government.
And then right quick, what I want to say is most of the time, now when you go get your ID and driver's license here in Colorado, it is in an app now. You don't have to have your physical ID with you anymore. It's a literal app that you open up and then they look at or they scan or something.
Right.
And then them if it's good or not or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We're already in that whole digital thing where it's going to be fucking completely insane.
They're making it easier for people. Like my ID here in California has a little strip on the back, strip on the back. You still have to present that so they can swipe it or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
over here, I've got a digital ID, and that is fucking useful for doing my taxes online. They can verify me online. I can get all my mail from the government online. That's fucking useful.
Yeah, I don't know why these people are pushing this so hard to be anti it, because yes, it seems weird and scary.
Government
and
bad.
what
That's
is
why.
exactly happening, but look into it a little bit more. Once again,
probably the only fucking reason probably is because somebody from the other camp came up with it.
Right.
They're not looking like, is it good? Is it bad? Ooh, they came up with it. It's bad.
well, and the religious people are saying that it's the mark of the beast 666, and this is the beginning of the Antichrist taking over for Revelations. Anyways, let's blow on with this.
The big situation where some sort of a disaster or national tragedy.
And it's happened here. And as I said earlier, whatever it is, however it came about, the one thing's clear. It's been used to encourage obedience. And we do not need to be obedient to these monsters who are running the world.
The encouraging thing about it to me is that so many people are recognizing what happened. And so many people are far more distraught.
This is all just bullshit. There's no reason why a government would do all this. And once again, if it wasn't global, if it was just in one country or it was isolated to one segment of the population, and or like JFK Jr., whatever the fuck his name is,
Robert Kennedy Jr.
If he could prove that it didn't affect Oceanic Jews and whatever he bullshit ass said, then cool. But there's no proof of any of this, and it hit the world. And then China made it so they could kill all of their people for no reason, and then send it to us.
What purpose does that serve? Honestly,
yeah, exactly.
Serves no purpose.
They need people to do everything over there as well. Make all the cell phones and the iPads and stuff. Not to be a dick, but that's what they, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would they kill everybody that could make things for them to make money? Right? That doesn't make any sense. Just like us. Why would we kill off all the people who, going on the conspiracy theory side of it, why would we kill off all the people that clean toilets if the rich people need to have their toilets clean? Why you'd never kill off that segment of your population?
Well, then again,
it doesn't make sense.
Still cleaning toilets.
Well, yeah, but
who's going to make those self-cleaning toilets?
Well, but the other reason, the other thing is
the self toilet.
No, brainless.
Toilet making machines.
No, but what you're forgetting is
who's going to make it.
The rich, the rich want there to be a slave for them to have under them. They want the toilet cleaner. They want the person to be their underling because they feel more important having that person.
And
so
Slim,
that's why.
And of course, the wife wants the pool boy. Come on, we all know that.
Yeah, because how is she going to get laid? Her husband has a micro penis. And
he sure ain't gonna do it.
Harry,
he's too busy making money to support her.
Yeah.
And taking Viagra is the only way for him to like get a half chub while he sits in the corner while the pool boy has sex with her while he's tied up again in the corner.
So you're saying he's a cuck? Is that what you're saying?
He's totally a cuck, and that's exactly what I'm saying.
And Harry, self-cleaning toilets exist. We have self-cleaning public toilets over here. Seen that in a video.
But like I say, who's going to make all their technology and put things together for them to have self-cleaning everything?
Who's going to work? Who's going to work in the Amazon factories?
Yeah, who's going to deliver their Amazon packages?
Who are they going to export?
Yeah,
or their DoorDash. You know, who's going to deliver their food?
Or who's going to be their Uber so they can drunkenly get around town without driving?
Yeah, and who's going to wash dishes in their favorite gourmet restaurant? I mean, come on.
Who's going to clean off their balls when? Never mind. Yeah, again,
or wax their bodies.
They need all the underlings in their minds too. So why would you kill them all when you have? It doesn't make any sense for this. Besides saying there is a control by an underworld cabal of the globalists, and I can say all the other fucking words.
And Slim, if they're all like the rich in group, whose daughters are they gonna abuse? Ooh.
Oh well, their own, but. Okay, let's just see what this lady says. I haven't been here yet. Okay, here we blow.
Illuminati, all that shit, they try to get you. Especially when you got a big influence around that shit. They try to get anybody, but you just gotta be smart and have discernment and have God's favor over you. Because if you don't got that and you in Cali, you gonna get sucked in. But let me tell you, what they do is they invite you to these parties, these house parties, and then they be like, oh, Whoop the Whoop gonna be there, like your favorite rapper, the big ass person, and Whoop the Whoop gonna be there. Oh, before you get in, you gotta give us your phones and all this shit, and then they might do some gay shit to somebody, and then like try to like.
What the? How did you jump from that? Yeah,
I know.
I grew up in LA and San Diego. Yes, there are parties, mansion parties that people are like, yo, this motherfucker's gonna be there, right? And then when you go there, sure, they take your phones away because they don't want you taking photos of all the famous people that are walking there. How did some gay shit just all of a show up? Yeah, gay stuff does definitely happen at some of these parties, but it's more like orgies that are happening.
Right.
Gay shit. So, girl, you actually never been to the right parties, or
you know what's going through my mind with her?
She's probably dreaming about those invites.
You know what goes on my mind with her when she's not doing her influencing? She probably talks like this and like, oh my God, I can't keep that voice up for that long. It hurts my throat.
No,
that's just the vibes I get from her. I really do. She's like a wannabe. She's like a wannabe. That's what I get from her.
Yeah, let's go to Starbucks and get a audio, whatever it's called, and then let's go play some tennis, and then anyways, let's blow on a little bit further with this.
Sorry, Brad, I didn't mean to talk over your brainless.
And you know what? Illuminati is not even a thing anymore in
these has not been for. It's not.
Yeah, I've been to crazy, insane, fucking mansion parties and coke parties where like there's fucking pedestals sat out in the middle of like almost every room, and there's a huge plate on it, silver plate on it. There's a mound of coke on it, and there's a 600-pound, 7-foot dude standing next to it. And you're able to go up and go take lines of coke, but you can't take any with you. That's what the fucking big dudes are there for.
Right.
So you can run around and go do whatever you want, and every time you want, you can just run up and do a little bit, and then run away. And then like there were even parties where there was like mounds of like ecstasy and other drugs and blah blah blah. Yeah, that's not an Illuminati party though. It's a rich motherfucking person party.
Yeah,
but it wasn't like all hail the Illuminati at some point, and we all got together and like put on goat masks. We didn't put on goat masks and have sex with each other saying
it
hail
wasn't like Eyes
Illuminati.
Wide Open or Eyes Wide Shut, whatever that movie was.
Yeah. And
Wasn't
then
like
once
that.
again, I'd like to say I tried my hardest to get into all of these thingies, right? I work for fetish dungeons, swinger corporations, fetish nightclubs. I had a club in Tijuana, Mexico, like all this stuff. If some of this stuff was actually real, I would have known about it. Although I could be being paid to not tell you all about it. Never mind. No, I'm just kidding.
Slim, shut up.
Slim, shh. You can get stream shut down, Slim.
Yeah. Illuminati's gonna stop the party. Anyways, let's blow on a little bit more with.
Don't eat the humans. Just a friendly reminder. Still got my note here.
Well, the thing is I'm still protecting the mole people and keeping the lizard people away from them being the intermediator.
Yeah, but your
It's a full-time job. I get it. Mm-hmm.
You cannot eat the humans. You know that. Lizards have that.
I know, but humans taste so good. You guys are so buttery and fatty already because you eat so much fatty foods that.
Stop fat shaming me.
And it's so easy to just throw you on the skillet and just never mind. We'll talk about eating humans later, or eating out humans
when
later.
When did this become a Donner Party?
To serve man.
Yeah. I just love eating out humans. Anyways, we'll talk about that later.
Eating out and eating are two different things.
Yes.
I do one before the other, but never mind. We'll talk about that later.
Record it and tell them, oh, if you expose us, we're gonna post it everywhere. And I know that from word of ear, but I know they do a lot of crazy shit in these.
I don't even know who you are, bitch.
Let me tell you an experience I went through personally. So I was with some friends in LA, and it was this big influencer party. Should I say anything?
No, should I say anything?
And you know what else happens too? Rich people troll the fuck out of fucking non-rich people too, and that's another thing that happens. So sometimes you go to these parties and people trick other people into doing stupid, fucked up shit, like
this
certain
is literally
challenges.
What happens when you get by your whole life on your looks.
Exactly, Timely. And then when you show up to a party, we trick you into thinking that something's happening that's not. What we used to do all the fucking time with stupid people when we used to throw huge events with a bunch of people and somebody would be like, blah, 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 blah. You're like, okay, come here. Oh, see that? See those tacos? Yeah, that's made out of dog. Oh, that's made out of cat. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you see them flip their shit and fucking run away, or you get them to believe that something like motherfuckers believe that I'm a fucking time traveler from the year 4020. Literally, we've done
you
events.
Are.
People, I totally. But we literally have done events where people leave thinking I'm like,
yeah,
dude, we've convinced these people.
Do you know how many people think I'm a responsible adult?
No one thinks
people.
that.
I believe two. Only two. No,
it's just people I've just met that haven't been around me long enough.
Exactly.
But Slim, like if I had the money and I would throw a party like that, I would fucking make it Illuminati themed. And
dude, you know how many times
and just invite a few of those like impressionable influencers.
Again, that's what normally happens is somebody throws a party and they call it a Satan party. They call it a pagan party. They call it a solstice. Even if you call it a solstice party, because of the solstice, dumbass bitches like this are like, oh my god, Illuminati! They had masks on, and it's like, bitch, you just don't know what what we were trying to do or portray was, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's all kinds of pagan events that you can do that are not satanic. But if you do not, your punk ass doesn't know, and you look at it from the outside, you're like, wow, that looks satanic as fuck. But no, it's just us bowing, giving pittance to Mother Earth, right? Through putting, like, sometimes you throw a piece of meat onto a fire and you let it burn, and flowers and other things, right?
Right.
It's not saying, hail Satan, we're doing it for Satan. No, it's the repentance to give to Mother Earth so that she will give us a plentiful bounty of sex, love, the next growing of whatever you're having your garden or something, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's exactly something. And cannibal for it again. It's gonna be at 32. It's gonna be 2032 that the problem is gonna happen. But we'll talk about that later. And yes, kill all humans. Exactly.
Kill all humans.
Kill all humans. Okay,
Exterminate.
so
Exterminate.
this cunt does not know how the world works because she's barely an influencer. Let's get to the next one and just see what this guy says. So Jim Carrey is exposing the Matrix.
Oh God, I've seen this one.
Come on, seriously.
Yeah.
Oh my
Time is
God,
up.
he's
I'm sick
trolling.
and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol
He's
of
trolling.
the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and I'm sick of it. I want everybody to be in on the joke, man. You know what I mean? For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile, so you don't know what's really going on, you know?
He said Illuminati too, if you listen.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
No, he's totally trolling.
He's very much trolling.
Yeah. And if you look at his shirt, it says NASA or space shirt or something like that. So anyways, let's watch a little bit more.
They get out there in the woods in a circle, naked, and they decide these things. And you know, and look at them trying to help it out. It's hilarious, hilarious. Hold on a second.
Oh, isn't that the Voices guy?
Trying to turn us into consumer drone. Yeah. Listen, I'm in the middle of blowing the lid off some. What happened? I'm sorry, Jimmy. I think what I was really trying to say is I think people will enjoy Dumb and Dumber this weekend.
In her most
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Oh, that was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it really was.
That is fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Like if that would actually have happened, everybody that would have seen that would have been dead or brainwashed.
They would never let him go on there with being able to say that because they would have already conditioned him to not say that. But again,
he's a comedian.
The first word he would have said,
you
he would
know?
have been dead.
Yeah.
He's a comedian. Hello.
Okay, so we're gonna just do this right quick and then get out of here. So this is Satan telling us about how he's been tricking the earth for however
Oh, an
long.
interview with Satan? Is it this one?
So here we go. Come on.
Why do I feel like he's gonna sing a Smashing Pumpkins song?
There we go.
The Illuminati won't let me play it. Never mind.
Soon.
Okay,
The guy
here we
just
go.
died.
Illuminati
Jeez.
confirms.
Oh, I didn't realize he died. I mean, I would put some more emphasis on it if I did.
Oh, I heard something.
Okay, so here we go.
Faustian bargain.
The Faustian bargain was according to the person who invented it, was the inspiration for technology that we are still using today. Like
the topic of reincarnation is most unclear to our viewers. What remains after the death of a human body? What part goes to reincarnation? Why did you say that a human turns into a soulless beast? Can you tell us more about that?
Everything is actually simpler than it seems. Such questions arise just because most people do not even know who and what they are. For that, You can thank the priests of your religions who made a lot of effort to ensure that the true knowledge is lost or distorted beyond recognition. This way, it is easier to rule the herd and keep it in fear and obedience. So the question, who is a human, is very serious. I would even say that it's a question of life and death. Because if a person doesn't really think about it, his life boils down to slavish existence, which results in a completely predictable end. Let's consider.
We die. Our battery runs out, we die.
This is just like that one where that guy who played the devil and was talking to him, interviewing him.
Oh, with the
Same
awesome
thing.
mask.
Yeah.
That's such a fucking awesome mask.
Yeah, and we may actually go over that whole interview, even though it's only like 12 minutes long. But we may. Well, I want to do that for the Satanic Panic. We are going to go over that for the Satanic Panic, but we just need 666. I could even cheat. I could even cheat, and we can do 616 subs. We're at 548. We're at like 548 or 550
some
or
bullshit.
something.
I'm gonna have to start promoting the shit out of you.
Yeah,
apparently people like me and listen to me for whatever fucking reason.
I don't know why.
Slim.
I'm thinking poor decision skills.
Slim, you are at 649.
Yeah, it keeps going up and down in weird ways. So,
come on.
Anyway,
yeah, mine is down under 6,000. So yeah, it's just how it goes.
I have 43.
And then I love how I look at multiple screens that tell me 3 different fucking numbers constantly.
Yeah,
so
you never know which one.
Yeah.
I have 43 followers, and I even jumped on. I think it was Twitter, or no, it was in Discord. I'm like, why in the hell do I have? At the time, it was 42. Then one of the other idiots in Discord signed up on my thing. Like, why do I have 43? Y'all got to do better. Don't follow me. I don't produce shit on my channel. There's really nothing. You go to my channel, there's nothing. I think you might be able to see my music playlist, which is eclectic and dumb as hell. But I don't have any product I produce, but sarcasm and really bad jokes that are bad tasting.
Yeah. So once we do get there, then we will go over a Satan being interviewed, which is bullshit as fuck. But yeah, that's kind of what we just saw was some fake douche nozzle, a douche nozzle, not a fake one, but a douche nozzle in a hood that was trying to tell us in another language, and I believe they're not from the Americas, and that's why it was translated. But that definitely was not a demon or whatever. I've met demons, and that was not one of them.
You're not allowed to disclose that you're.
That I didn't say their names or where or how. I just said, I know I didn't give it enough away. The red button
45.
does not have to be pressed yet. So, if we can get me to 666, that would be amazing, and then hopefully we'll get Cookie to at least 50. I'm gonna say now, if we get Cookie to 50. Cookie will come out of retirement.
Excuse me.
So if Brainless will put in Cookie's
I think I already subscribed to her.
Awesome, sweet. Once we get to 50, she's going to come out of retirement, and then Hick McDickerson will get to 20 for him, and then we'll go from there. But I need to make his channel. I haven't done that yet. He's out in the middle of the Mississippi's swamps. Getting alligator semen, and so
milking gators.
Milking gators.
I think from now on we need to do breast recognition when we start these streams here, Slim.
Okay.
Topless mandatory.
Sure, I'm down.
Hi, Glover.
Hi. Hence why I have the avatar.
Yes.
But it's not topless. What the hell?
No, but she is right now. Anyways,
I am. Y'all can't see
anyways,
you're just topless. I'm
down in my underwear. I'm down in my underwear. I just don't want my nuts on my kitchen chair.
Well, see, what I do is I put down a shirt before I sit down in my chair, and so I have them on there, and then I just wash this T-shirt, every once in a while.
Well, I don't have a computer desk yet. I ordered one and then decided to change my mind. I'm trying to give. It doesn't fit the motif I'm going for my living room, which is like a surf shack, and I changed my mind. I'm going for something more distressed. So my setup is on my kitchen table right now, and it's a high top table too. So I'm like sitting on a stool. So I don't want ass matter on my kitchen chair.
Totes, I understand that for sure. And yes, you've shown me where you're at in that space. Okay, so Mama, do you have anything you want to share with us before we get the full?
Nothing's going on. I was on with FTFE today. I'm going to be on again tomorrow.
Okay,
so I'll be on here late. We're going to finish up Nathan Oakley. He's got 20 minutes left. He's bound to get it done.
I know that FTFE does not need any more promotion, especially from us. But if you don't mind, will you put his link in the side of the chats? Yeah. And then everybody, if you do not know who FTFE is, he is one of the first people that I came across for the anti-flat Earth or the flat Earth stuff that I've done.
The debunkers, yeah.
I think Simon Den was first, and then I think Creaky Blinder was the second one, and then I think FTFE came in, and then I learned about everybody else in the community. So put that, and then everybody Cookie McSweet.
So I put the stream link, and you can get to his channel from there that we did today.
Perfect. Everybody go to Cookie McSweet Tits channel. If you don't know who she is my auntie, and we talk about naughty stuff. Let's put it that way.
She likes to tie him up, put him in the closet, and then use his computer to stream.
Exactly. She doesn't have any videos right now, but we have streams.
And she likes to do other things, but not with Slim. No,
right.
Yes.
That's my privilege.
She loves her semen.
And the semen.
She loves
and semen.
She's like seeing the men down at the docks to get their semen out of there.
Cookie gives the semen some nookie, right?
Some stuff. Anyway, she's a professional semen gatherer. Tomorrow I think we have effing funny. I hope we're doing effing funny, because if not,
I thought that was a colonoscopy party.
It's another conspiracy thing.
Yeah, but I think let me go look really fast.
But it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Effing funny, Slim Cyborg.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Wednesday,
and then the day after that, we got
crazy conspiracies from Joe Rogan and from Hancock. So that's gonna be insanely stupid. Wednesday will be Drunken News Report. I still have to come up with the whole list of that. I've got 2 down. Actually, kind of 3. Hot dog straws.
Fuck.
I can't remember the rest. But anyways, we'll go over all that stuff. And then this weekend, I will be down in Alamosa, Colorado, doing a car show.
Okay.
So, all right, we'll talk to you all tomorrow.
All right, have a good night, everybody.
Night.
Good luck, buckaroos.
Good night. Bye.